Name?
Braden.
Flowing with Alaska Waste. Call now to discuss your options. 907-283-9390.
You got the starter stats?
Alaska Waste.
Good. I'll be able to read that from here.
Okay.
Talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella.
With the latest scores, standings, and news from around the Alaska League. Let's take a look around the league. Brought to you by SLP Alaska on ESPN 1140.
Talking baseball,
You're listening to Oilers Baseball. This is the Sweeney's pregame show, and we are going to take a look around the league. And the look around the league is brought to you by SLP Alaska, professional safety services offering on-site consultations, project safety support, training, drug, and alcohol testing, program development, and now safety clothing, including FRCs. SLP Alaska. Find out more at slpalaska.com or call 907-202-3274. That's 907-202-3274 for SLP Alaska. Well, you look around the league here. We're going to start off, look at the ABL overall standings. The Matsu Miners are sitting just barely in first place with a record of 20-15. They are a half game ahead of the Glacier Pilots, who were just in town last week, and early this week they have a record of 20-16, half game back, and they are tied with an identical record to the Anchorage Bucks, who also are at 20-16. Now the Bucks are riding a 3-game win streak, and I think the Miners and Pilots must have played each other because they have won. The Miners have a win and the Pilots have a loss. The Oilers, fourth place at 15-19, and the Chinooks in the cellar there at 13-22 overall.
I want to point out that point streak is now updated to the best of our knowledge, and took them a long time to get a couple of the Oilers wins in that column. We're going to take a break right now with the starting lineups. We'll be back. This is Oilers Baseball on KSLD 1140.
Alaska Trailer on K-Beach has everything you need to haul your ATV this summer, with new inventory coming in all the time. Do you have a project this summer? Get over to Alaska Trailer on K-Beach to rent or buy an Iron Bowl dump trailer. Get the yard cleaned out.
Kill my mic. I'm going to come in and do the starting lineups inside so I don't get blasted out by the PA.
6 days a week. Stop in and say hi to
I'll
Daniel.
borrow your set after you do the visitors.
Okay.
Out today with the trailer. 907-335-4285. Looking for a dentist that will ensure your dental health? Welcome Dr. David Richburg to Ridgeway Family Dentistry as their new full-time dentist. Ridgeway has the latest technology to make your a breeze with their new iTero scanner. And now offering in-house scans.
Okay, I've listened to broadcasts the last couple nights, and I sounded a little quiet, so I'm just kicking my volume up a little bit.
Summer? Call Ridgeway today to ask about their teeth whitening special. Ridgeway Family Dentistry, located on the Spur Highway in Soldotna, 907-262-8404.
Well, we thought it was summer, but dang, not the best weather for playing in the midnight sun, but it's just right for getting things done. If your family is complete and you've been considering a vasectomy, now's the perfect time. Nothing like rainy days to check off the to-do list. Dr. Alvarez can perform your no-needle, no-scalpel procedure in a private office setting in Soldotna or Homer. Take care of this now, and you can enjoy a carefree, birth control-free Alaska fall. It might become our new favorite season. For more information or to schedule, call 907-235-1010 or visit Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics.
Here in a small town where it feels like home, I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Oh no!
The Sweeney's Clothing pregame show continues as we go around the horn with today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Genoir Towing and Recovery.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show once again. Nick Sorrell alongside Bob Bird. Let's go around the horn with today's starting lineups, brought to you by Genoir Towing and Recovery. Genoir Towing and Recovery, when you need a tow, call Genoir at 394-6068. That's 394-6068. Well, leading it off tonight for the visiting Eagle River Chinooks is Mike Kelly. He's number 2, and he'll be playing center field. Number 25, Ryan Callahan will be batting second. He'll be in left field. Batting third, Ryan Leonicio. He's number 1, and he'll be playing second base. Batting fourth and DHing, number 18, Mr. Whitney, and I didn't get his first name. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, number 6, Tommy Rover. Batting sixth for the Chinooks and playing third base, number 15, Ryan Matheson. Number 5, Blake Wilhoit will be catching in the 7 spot tonight. And at number 8, first baseman, number 23, Ty Beck. Number 9 hitter is number 9, Braden Brome. and he'll be playing right field. And the starting pitcher for the Chinooks tonight is number 35, Grant Rising. He has a record of 0-4, ERA of 9.78, 23 innings pitched, 30 runs, 25 earned, 33 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 20 balls.
Starting lineup now for the Oilers. Will be leading off is Owen McElpatrick, number 3, playing left field tonight. Batting second is Theo Forche at first base, number 17. Nick Costello is playing center field as usual, number 26. Batting fourth is 13, Leighton Helfrich, playing right field. Batting fifth is Michael Elko at shortstop. Batting sixth is number 9, Ty Thomas at third base. Batting seventh is number 14, Josiah Chavez. He's catching. And the 8th spot is number 1, Brett Goopy at second base. And William Grimm as the DH and batting and wearing number 10. The starting pitcher will be Ty Correa, the premier ERA pitcher in the entire ABL with a 0.65 ERA. He's got a 3-1 record. He's given up 5 runs, but only 2 of them earned in 27 2/3 innings. 21 hits yielded, 27 strikeouts, and just 9 bases on balls. All right, it's national anthem time, and we'll be back with the first pitch after this message in 1 minute. This is the Sweeney's pregame show.
When you've been involved in a car accident, getting healthy is the most important thing. Having an advocate that can go out and get a full and fair recovery for you should not be something that you have to worry about. When people have been injured, suffered catastrophic injury, huge medical bills, other insurance companies can come.
Oh, I had to turn it up because I sound real quiet in the broadcast.
Have someone that knows how to fight with these insurance adjusters look out for your interests. At Earhart, Elsner, and Cooley, we want to add value to your case to ensure a maximal, fair recovery.
Fuel prices, food prices, rent, utilities, and your blood pressure, they're all up. Well, Eyewear Express is holding prices right where they are. Let me say it again. Eyewear Express is holding our prices firm. And Eyewear Express will continue to offer you a second pair free when you purchase a complete.
Turn my volume up too, please.
Vision glasses for free.
Okay.
Eyewear Express, located in the Peninsula Center Mall, sold out 260-9199.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell, please turn my volume up a little bit, Nick. And give me Mike Kelly's number, if you please.
Mike Kelly is number 2.
And Callahan is 25, I believe.
That is
Let
correct.
the folks know, once again, I'm calling the game from outside in the grandstands because of the glare that we suffer from with the plexiglass in front of us. So hopefully I'll get a better view of some of these things hit to the right side of the infield. Well, Ty Correa, let's go through his height and weight dimensions again.
Ty Correa, I almost can tell it to you off the top of my head at this point. I mean, he's a monster. He's 6'9". And let me see if I can pull up his height here. His weight. He is 6'9", 230 pounds. He's a junior out of Faulkner University.
And he certainly looks like a skinny pencil, doesn't he?
He does.
All
he
right.
does.
Let's go the Oiler around the horn here with the defense. Thomas is at third base, Elko at short, Groupie is at second, Forche at first. McElpatrick in left field tonight with Costello in center and Helfrich in right, and a battery of Correa and Chavez. That's brought to us by what? Genoir Towing?
Genoir Towing, 394-6068. If you need a tow, call Genoir.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to have that inside your glove compartment or on your dashboard and have it handy. You just never know. Okay. Well, I got a couple of granddaughters in the stands here and a daughter who's been known to sing national anthems in the past. Oh, and my wife is also on hand. They're just in from the lower 48. So, all right, starting now for the Chinooks is going to be number 2, Mike Kelly, the center fielder, a .295 hitter with no home runs and 7 RBIs. And he bats from the left-hand side. Here's the first pitch. It's fouled right back. Brought to you by the Walden Brothers. Hey, Nick, I met them in the studio yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I did, and you give them a call. What's that number?
You can reach the Walden Brothers at
55-10, I think.
3-9-4, 55-10. That is correct.
All right, that next pitch is low and away, and it's 1-1. Sunshine and a bit of a breeze. It seems to be coming in from center field, but I'm not sure. Here's the pitch, curveball, and that misses outside, and it's 2-1.
Luis Alvarado returning from out of state to be behind the plate for us tonight.
He's not catching, he's umping. Here's the pitch. It's high, and it's 3-1.
Did I say catching?
No, he said he was behind the plate.
Oh, yeah, calling the game. Calling balls and strikes.
Ball 3, strike 1. Leadoff hitter here, Mike Kelly. And Correa delivers. That's a line drive. Up center field. And Costello was already playing shallow. Took a tempting look at first base, but no chance for a throw. And it is an opening single. There goes the no-hitter.
Yeah, well, Costello running right in. Like you say, he looked hungry when he came up with that one. Like he wanted to take a shot at it, but no chance.
Ryan Callahan, number 25, is the next batter. He's playing left field, batting .262 with no home runs, but 14 RBIs. And it's a right-hander on right-hander matchup. Here's the pitch, big leadoff. It's tapped on the third base side. It's just foul. On a swinging bunt, looked like it was going to be one of those torture taps that hugged the line.
We've seen a lot of those this year.
And it's strike 1. Yeah, one of the things was a call. I don't think you were on hand, but may have fouled off of Helfrich's leg, and he never moved to first base, but they decided it did not hit him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that needed an umpire huddle, and that was the best they could call. You know, they wanted to get it right. Nobody saw it hit him in the leg. Strike 1 is the count. Here's the pitch outside, and it's 1-1. It's one of those things where a batter is not clever enough to see a dribbler and not take off for first base if it did not hit him, you know. So he never moved, but you can't. That umpire can't make his judgment on that. Here's the pitch, backdoor slider, and catches him. And the count is 1-2.
Beautiful pitch. Beautiful pitch.
Ball 1, strike 2. There's a runner on, nobody out. We're just underway here in the first inning. The Chinooks are at bat as the visitors. If we have to play that extra game, they will be the home team. Swings and misses, and he did not apply a tag. Of course, there's a man on first base, so you don't need to. And there's one out here now with the first strikeout of the game.
We'll see if Coach for the Chinooks opts to test the waters stealing here, because a guy like Correa, you're not bound to get a lot of runs, so you got to take opportunities with runners on base, right?
Well, that's pretty good logic. I'm sure they look at the stats. Here's the first pitch. It's right down Broadway to strike 1 to number 1, Ryan Leonarcio. He's second baseman, batting .321 with 1 home run and 15 RBIs. Right-hander in the batter's box against the right-handed throwing Ty Correa with a 0.65 ERA. There goes the runner. There's a toss down. It won't be in time. Groupie takes the throw well in front of the bag, and a stolen base. No question about that. I think he stole that one on Correa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was watching. He was watching pitcher all the way. Leonicio was 1 for 3 last night. Took a walk, came in to score a run.
Runner on second base now with 1 out. Here's the pitch by Correa. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Oh, he could have had a man. The lead runner, he took a look, but it wasn't long enough. He wasn't even halfway to third and was committed. Did you notice that one too?
Yep. I also noticed a little puff of dirt go up under Ty's cleat there. I think he slipped a little bit as he was turning to look.
Well, that might have had something to do with it then. Mm-hmm. A 1-3 putout, and the fielder's choice advances the runner to third base. And Blake Whitney pops one up. It's shallow. Could be trouble, and dropped. Dropped by Griffin in left field. He had an awkward angle on his glove. That was really a shortstop ball, but it was not very high. They didn't have much hang time. And I don't know what you want to call that one.
I'd probably score that one a hit. I mean, if he had to slide and get the glove out there to make it, that's a no-gimme play right there.
So, Fairleigh get that lead runner, comes back to bite the Oilers here, and it's an RBI. And the next batter with a strike called on him is Tommy Rover, the shortstop, batting .229 with 1 home run and 23 RBIs. So the Chinooks lead here, 1-0. Little flare to very shallow left field. I don't think there was enough hang time. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. They'll take a shot at him at second. He's in there with a pop-up slide quite easily. And it was a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Chinooks taking no prisoners on the bases tonight. I think they know who they're up against with Ty Correa. They're going to try and take their chances when they get them.
1-1 is the count. Now he's counting it 0-2. Umpire taking a look at the scoreboard. I really appreciate when they do that. And the count is 0-2. Here's the stretch, and the get-him-out pitch is low and away. And now it's ball 1, strike 2.
Yeah, Tommy Rover walked twice last night, but he came around to score on a sac fly by Kevin Durant in the second on one of those walks.
Runner on second base, a run is in. Here's the stretch by Correa and the pitch. That's in tight. And the count goes to 2-2. Remember, his last outing, he got into jams almost every single inning for 6 innings.
He did.
And he never yielded a run. Ball 2, strike 2. Correa goes to the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Little blooper should be right at the shortstop, Elko. He'll handle it, and that will retire the side. The Chinooks get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. The score after half an inning is the Chinooks 1, and the Oilers are now coming to bat. This is Oilers Baseball on the ESPN Radio Network and 96.9 FM.
Do you love quality sound and good music? Audio, automation, and lighting, located inside Kobuk Valley Jade Company, has a wide selection of high-value speakers and audio cables to improve the quality of your life with distinctive sound. Especially as our summer light gradually wanes and the fall season approaches, you should stop in and talk to Bob about your sound alternatives and your lighting and control options for your home interior or exterior. Quality sound and great lighting. Found inside Kobuk Valley Jade Company, 10 to 6, Tuesdays through Saturdays.
Are you looking for an opportunity to make a difference in your community? Central Peninsula Hospital needs you and your pet. Pet therapy brings comfort and joy to others through the unconditional love and companionship of furry friends. Become certified in the Pet Partners program. Volunteers don't necessarily...
Do we agree on a pronunciation of the pitcher? Is it rising or rising?
Rising. Like the word rising.
.org or call 907-714-45.
He's tall. See what you can find.
Hospital. Compassionate, personalized healing.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell as we go to the Oilers half of the first inning. Chinooks 1 run and 2 hits, 1 man left already as Grant Rising is on the hill. He's a lanky, tall left-hander, and I've already watched his curveball. It looks impressive.
Well, he's a 6'4", 195-pound left-hander. He was a sophomore from Eastern Michigan University. I tell you what, though, I can tell you why the Chinooks are super aggressive on the bases, other than knowing that Correa doesn't give up a lot of runs. Rising has an ER rate of 9.78. He's given up 30 runs, 25 of them earned, over in 6 appearances. So.
All right, let's set the defense for the Chinooks. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so going around the field for the Chinooks, starting in the outfield, we have Callahan, Kelly, and Broom, left to right. And then on the diamond, Matheson, Rover, Leonicio, and Beck, third, short, second, and first. And then battery mates of Rising and Will Hoyt.
All right, for the Oilers leading off is going to be Owen McElpatrick playing left field today, batting .257 with 1 home run and 13 RBIs.
Haven't seen him anywhere other than shortstop in quite a while.
That's from the right-hand side against the left-hander, Rising. All players, standard position depth, and in the infield and in the outfield. Grant Rising looks like be at least 6'6". Here's the pitch, and it's right down the middle, and it's strike one.
6'4".
6'4". Breeze coming in from right field, but it comes in a treetop height. Here's the next pitch. It's popped up. It's going to be really shaving it close here to the grandstands. The catcher has got it. And a P2 to start the day. That baby was up there a ways, and he couldn't quite tell what the wind was going to do with it. And this went out for the Oilers.
Yeah, that was actually really solid catcher play by Will Hoyt. Doing the right thing, getting your back turned where that ball tails back toward you. Just solid catch.
Phil Forshay's the batter with a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch to him, and it misses outside. Forshay, 278 hitter, no home runs, 16 RBIs. Matheson on the grass at third base. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball, should be routine to second baseman Leonesio, and it is. And a 4-3 putout will erase Forshay. Oilers here. What, 3 pitches, 4 pitches?
He is at 3. 3 pitches.
All right. Nick Costello's going to have to take a few, I think. Batting .348, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs, playing left field. Another left-handed slugger against the left-hander Grant Rising. Costello has also been in a slump. Here's the pitch. And we'll take a strike on the inside corner. 2 out, nobody on here in the first inning, and the Chinooks lead 1-0. Here's the windup and the pitch to Costello, low and away. Gets away from the catcher, and it's 1-1.
Costello went 2 for 4 last night. Stole 2 bases, drove in a run, and came around to score in the 8th and the 6th.
That's called getting out of a slump. 1-1 is the count. And here's the pitch. A little soft liner to the shortstop who lost track of the outs. He's going to peg it around the diamond. All right, so the Oilers go very quickly and easily here in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We will go to the second inning. The score is the Chinooks 1 and the Oilers nothing. This is Oilers Baseball, streaming live on YouTube and on RadioKenai.com.
Denali Family Dentistry welcomes Dr. Caitlin Steinbeck, the newest member of their team. Born and raised right here in Kenai, she brings her passion for dentistry and care to the Kenai Peninsula. With a dental surgery degree from the esteemed University of Washington, she's ready to make a positive impact on your smile. Tailoring treatment plans to ensure you receive the personalized care you deserve, from routine checkups and preventative care to restorative and cosmetic procedures, she'll help you achieve a healthy and beautiful smile. Experience the difference. 907-283-0503. Denali Family Dentistry, where your smile is their top priority.
Safe and Sound offers the finest Lumar window tint, proudly made in the USA. With its sleek design and superior craftsmanship, your car will look and feel amazing. And don't forget, your window tints come with a lifetime warranty for your peace of mind. Safe and Sound, your go-to source for mind-blowing sound systems, custom speaker boxes, amplifiers, and powered subwoofers. JBL and JL Audio. Safe and Sound, conveniently located across from Beeman's on the Spur Highway in Soldotna. Your trusted partner for all your car audio needs.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell as we go to the second inning, and watching Chavez having a hard time holding on to Correa's warm-up pitches. They're popping out of his glove and going to the backstop. And I don't know, I haven't seen a radar gun here all year. That used to be SOP here in past years. They'd have a couple of off-duty pitchers with the gun. And we would use the binoculars and get the speed of those pitches, Nick.
You know, when the Miners were in town, they had a guy sitting behind home plate with a gun every night.
I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the first pitch by Correa. And it's low for ball 1. The batters 6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate for the Chinooks. Ryan Matheson, Blake Wilhoit, and Ty Beck. Matheson Third baseman batting .270 with 1 home run. Here's the next pitch, and it's a tap to the shortstop. It's deep behind the bag. It's going to have to hustle. The foot is on the bag. It looked to me like Forche had it off to reach for that, but apparently he got it back in time. And that is a very clever play by Elko, because that was slow and it was right behind the bag and he had a long peg.
Yeah, that was just excellent movement, keeping his shoulders square to first base so that he didn't have to turn his hips around to make that throw, just moving smoothly.
Next batter is Blake Wilhoit, and the pitch to Wilhoit is a strike at the knees. Wilhoit is catching, batting .244 with no home runs and 11 RBIs. There's 1 out and a strike 1 count. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's high, and the count goes to 1-1. Third baseman, Ty Thomas, up a little bit on the grass. Here's the pitch to the left-handed slugger, and it's high, and the count is 2-1.
A little bit of a breaking pitch there. Just didn't quite drop down into the top of the zone.
Groupie deep at second base with his heels on the grass. Here's the pitch. And it's a fly ball, shallow left. It's another 3-way convergence, and this time McElpatrick has no problem with it. And it's an F7 for 2 dead here in the second inning.
Good communication. So I love to see that when you got fielders all coming together. They all know the rules, who prioritizes what. Outfielders over infielders every time if they can get to it. So nice job.
Ty Beck, the batter. First baseman batting .217 with 10 RBIs is a left-handed slugger. Against the right-handed throwing Ty Correa, and the first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Helfrich, standard depth and right with a left-hander. Costello is normal shallowness and center. Here's the next pitch, and it's a fly ball. It's going to drop into left field, and McElpatrick gets it on 1 bounce, gets it to a cutoff man, and that's the 3rd hit for the Chinooks. The 2-out single by Ty Beck.
That's the kind of thing that you have to do when you're going up against a pitcher like Correa, a guy who will just blow you away with speed. He'll fool you with off-speed stuff that moves. You just got to go in there and be aggressive.
Braden Broome, Broome, batting from the right-hand side, is the caboose today in the Chinooks lineup. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike on the inside corner with 2 outs and a runner on first. Let's see if the Chinooks are going to keep their base-running aggressiveness here, Nick.
Well, the first 2 steals weren't really close. I mean, they made them easy, so see how they do here.
Here's the stretch by Correa and the pitch. Popped up, going to be up and over, out of play. Brought to you by the Walden Brothers. 394 is it, and the 5510. They customize T-shirts, tank tops, and anything else. Not sure what the count is. It's 0-2. All right. 0-2 the count to Broome. Here's the stretch and the pitch, low, and it's 1-2.
That was a little backdoor slider that just had a little too much drop on it.
Oh, I'd send that runner. You got nothing to lose. Here's the stretch. He doesn't have much of a lead, though. Long set, 1-2 pitch. There's a punch out there with a slider, and that will retire the side. And guess what? Correa lost track of outs. He went over going to the dugout. All right, called out on strikes is Braden Broome. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We'll go to the Oilers' second. The Chinooks lead 1-0 on ESPN in the Alaska Baseball League, 11:40.
Landscaping services, call Earthscape.
I forgot to get my water today, but I do have yesterday's tea. Yeah, I'm coming around to get it.
Okay. Driveway installations, landscaping, and hardscaping. Earthscape serves the Kenai, Soldotna, Nikiski, and Sterling areas and are licensed, bonded, and insured. Call Earthscapes LLC for your excavation and landscaping needs. For your free quote, call 907-398-7624 for high-quality service at an affordable rate. Earthscapes LLC.
The fish are running, and you definitely want to get out on the river and enjoy all your Alaska adventures. Don't let dental problems sideline your fun this summer. Now is the time to get your teeth checked, cleaned, and repaired. Dr. James Julian and his team are ready to help get your dental health in top shape, offering comprehensive services in a relaxed, family-friendly atmosphere. Contact them at 907-283-4857 to schedule your visit today. It's summer. Welcome it with a smile.
Bob Bird with Nick Sorrell coming back to the Oilers' second inning. The Chinooks, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 men left. The Oilers now batting in the second inning. Were erased in order in the first. They'll bring batters 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Leighton Helfrich, the right fielder, batting, I think, .315. Is that right? I got it.
.325.
.325. Lefty on righty matchup. Sunshine coming on pretty strong. That's why I'm out in the grandstands today with Nick in the booth right behind me. First pitch to Helfrich. He'll just put a little swinging bunt down the third base side. It's the kind of thing that happened the other day that he never moved to first base.
Well, here comes the next one.
Pitch is outside and high. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, Leighton started out the season. He always showed that he had some speed and could swing the bat. Struggled a little bit, but he has really worked hard and brought his average way up.
1-1 is the count. Here's the windup by Rising. Ground ball, it's hot to third base. And a nice job there by Matheson and a 5-3 clean put out here for the Chinooks.
Yeah, that was real clean. Matheson just taking that on a couple hops right into his middle. Didn't even hesitate. Just was already at his feet in position, fired straight across.
Mike Elko coming to the plate, the shortstop, whose batting average has climbed well over 50 points, now batting .247. The first pitch is low and in the dirt, and it's ball 1. He's leading the team with RBIs with 17. And he has, I think, since June. Left-hander on left-hander. Rising looks very strong. And there's the next pitch, and it's right down the middle. And I got a 1-1 count on the scoreboard. Rising not wasting much time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Tipped right into the catcher's glove of Wilhoit. And it's 1-2. 1 out, nobody on here. Chinooks lead 1-0. Here's the next pitch. Off speed, he goes for it. It's a drop third strike. They have to throw it to first. It is high, but no sweat. And a 2-3 put out as Rising really had Elko fooled with that pitch.
Yeah, he was probably thinking fastball, but as many curveballs as we've seen so far from Rising, you'd think he'd be looking for something like that, especially when he's behind in the count.
Ty Thomas, the batter, 182, playing third base. And the first pitch to Thomas is a swing and a miss. What was Rising's ERA?
9.78.
Looking pretty tough here.
Yeah.
Here's the strike one pitch to the right-handed batter. And another hot grounder to third, knocked down there by Matheson. And they make a play on a tag as the throw was up the first base line. But Matheson had to glove that one on his... Well, he was in a crouch and made an errant throw, but good enough for first baseman Beck to do the job. And the Oilers go again quickly and quietly here in the second inning. 3 up and 3 down again after 2 complete. The Chinooks lead the Oilers 1-0.
Do you believe our local Kenai Peninsula residents deserve exceptional health care? We sure do. That's why we're excited to welcome Heather Moon, our team's newest nurse practitioner. She is ready to serve her local community and has immediate availability and is welcoming new patients. She has a special interest in mental health and women's health and can't wait to serve you. Call our office at 907-313-4569 to book with her today.
Honesty, family practice. Honesty, ethic, healthcare for your journey.
From Seward to Homer, Hot Rocks Asphalt Paving is available for your job. If you need to get a project paved this summer, call Hot Rocks Asphalt Paving at 907-420-4729. Todd has over 20 years of construction experience and will ensure your job is done to the highest level possible. Whether you need a driveway, a parking pad, a sidewalk, or a parking lot paved, or just need repairs to your current asphalt, Hot Rocks Asphalt Paving can do it. Call 907-420-4729 or find on Facebook. Hot Rocks Asphalt Paving.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell, the Chinooks, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 men left. And correct me if that's wrong. And the Oilers nothing across as they've yet to get a base runner. And that summary is brought to you by the good guys at Everybody Rides.
Everybody Rides again, looking for a used vehicle. Do you have no credit? You got bad credit? No problem. Your job plus a small down payment is all you need. Located on the big corner, K Beach and Poppy Lane, call 907-260-3053. Everybody Rides again, 907-260-3053.
It's the top of the line for the Chinooks. Batters 1, 2, and 3. Mike Kelly, who singled and scored the game's only run. He stole a base as well. And the first pitch to Kelly is outside for ball 1. I can't help but look back at that tap that came right back to Correa, and he could have had Kelly out by a mile, and instead he went to first base, and there's a line drive base hit to right field. Kelly's 2 for 2. We're going to find out what kind of hijinks he'll be up to on the base paths once again.
Yeah, picked up a steal the last time he was there. Swiped second. No contest.
And absolutely no doubt about that single. Smartly to right field, straightaway right field. So we're in the 3rd inning, and the Chinooks, Kelly is 2 for 2. Here's Ryan Callahan, who struck out his first time up, right-hander. Playing left field. Here's the stretch. And there he goes, and it's a strike. It was a bluff go. That was a very convincing bluff, but I think it's time that Correa makes the throw to first, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Kelly did that to him a couple times last time he was up. He took kind of faux jumps off first.
All right, 1 on. Kelly edges off, and there's a swing and a miss at something down by his ankles, and it's 0-2.
I'll be honest. I mean, as far as Kelly is getting off base, I think the person that's getting really tested here is Josiah Chavez. Like, he needs to pop up and throw a back pick down to first.
0-2. He checks the runner at least this time, and he goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball up the middle, and it's not knocked down. A good try by Elko. He went dirty to at least knock it down. Maybe we could have squinched an out at a forced out at second, but that is a clean single all the way. And there's runners on first and second and nobody out here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, back-to-back hits. You know, with a strikeout pitcher, this is something you expect is traffic on the bases because, I mean, they're throwing strikes, right? So you're going to get hits and runners on base. But the Chinooks are looking confident.
Here's Leonezio, and he bunts, and right over Chavez's head. And it was one of those things almost like a wiffle ball was spinning and staying suspended in the air. But, of course, he can't find it in time. And it's strike 1. And let's see if the wheel play is on, but the Oilers hoping for a double play. Leonezio. See if he shows a bunt again. He does. Here's the pitch. Did he go? He says no over at first base. Remember, you do not have to pull the bat back. You can keep it squared off, but if you don't offer at the ball and it's out of the strike zone, it'll be called a ball. 1-1 is the count. He's going to bunt, sure. Here's the stretch, and the pitch shows bunt. It's high, and it's 2-1 now.
So I got to tell you, I think the safest bet, though, is for them to pull it back. Because if it's me in the box, I want my my fate in my own hands, not in the umpire.
Oh, I agree with you there. Ball 2, strike 1. Shows bunt, and it's fouled down the third base line. Brought to you by the Walden Brothers. Go to their website at waldenbros.store for customized tanks and T-shirts. Crops. I don't know what crops are.
Crop tops. Like
Ball 2, strike 2 is the count to Leonezio. He'll be swinging here. And here's the pitch. High. And he squirts away from Chavez. And it's a full count. And Correa's one ball away from jamming the bases with nobody out.
Might be a little rattled. Sometimes you come into a game and you got in the back of your mind like, hey, I've faced stiffer competition, maybe thinking you've got a little bit easier of a night, and then they start pegging you.
Here's the 3-2 pitch.
There
Oh, a curveball is there. And fooled him. Maybe that was a slider. I'm not sure. A little bit fast for a curveball, but who cares? He caught him looking, and there's one out.
Whitney, number 18.
That was an absolutely nasty curveball. That one was dropped about 18 inches, it looked like.
Blake Whitney's coming up. He has a single and, yes, an RBI. And he's got a chance to do more damage against the Oilers. Righty on lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. It bounces in. Nice stop there by Chavez. And we're lucky that didn't hit the batter, Blake Whitney. Ty Correa, no stranger to jams. He's in one now. One is on first and second, one dead. A double play would be great. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball. It's a double play ball to Groupie to second base of the relay. Dug out by Force. Hey, I called that one. A 4-6-3 Garden variety double play gets the Oilers pitcher Correa out of a bad jam up, and that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We'll go to the Oilers third. It's the Chinooks 1 and the Oilers nothing. This is Oilers baseball on ESPN, the Alaska Baseball League on 1140 and RadioKenai.com.
In Kasilov and craving convenience.
They left one.
Look no further
Thank
than
you, yes.
Fuel up and the midnight. And grab your drinks from the liquor store from 8 a.m. to midnight.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Relax. And the best, their friendly staff always with a smile. So swing by, take a day and experience. One stop shop for all your needs. Are you one of those people who don't like to wait and have a zillion things on your to-do list and no time for the DMV? No problem. AK Express is your on-the-go title, tag, and registration solution. AK Express is conveniently located on the corner of KB
Chavez, Groupie, and Graham.
Right
again. They'll have you in and out in as fast as 10 minutes with next to no wait time. AK Express, your on-the-go title, tag, and registration solution. 907-260-9501.
Bob Bird with Nick Sorrell will go into the Oilers third. It's batters 7, 8, 9 as Grant Rising has been absolutely perfect in the first 2 innings against the Oilers. Chavez is going to lead off, and he has got a very much a rising batting average. He was well below the Mendoza line just a couple weeks ago. Now he's batting .243 with no home runs and 10 RBIs. Put one up against the fence yesterday, and that's a nice that's a favorite spot of his in left field in the opposite way.
So I got to go back to the end of that last inning, or the top half of the inning, that double play. That double play, I'm putting that on John Whitney's shoulders, and I'll tell you about it in just a second.
Okay, as Rising goes to a full windup, and there's the pitch to Chavez. It bounces in and up to the backstop. Go ahead.
So I don't know if you saw there, but John Whitney, he slowed up. I think he thought he was going to be safe, and he did not sprint through the bag at first. Had he, I can almost guarantee you he would have been safe.
All right. I did not observe that. That's why there's two of us up here. Here's the next pitch. It's high. And it's ball 2.
Chavez, the infamous full count. I get infamous if you're the opposition. Full count guy. Seems like he gets full count every time he's up.
Ball 2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that's high. It's ball 3. We have to check to see what who's leading the team in walks. And I'll bet he would have, he would be in the top 3. Ball 3, no strikes. And Rising with the windup and the 3-0. It's there for a strike. How's the crowd mic over there, Nick?
Sounds good. He's got 15 walks.
Okay. How's the crowd mic? Here's the 3-1 pitch to Chavez. And it's a fly ball deep left field. It's going way back, as close to the warning track, and hauling that one down is the left fielder Callahan, and he gave it a good ride, and the wind coming in from right field pushed it over in that direction.
Well, that makes for 7 straight batters to start the game, retired by Grant Rising.
Brett Groupie's the batter, and 250 hitter, playing second base. Bats from the right-hand side. Here's the windup and the pitch. Orioles yet to get a base runner, as the first pitch is strike called.
You can put a bow on that one. That was a gift strike.
Here's the next pitch by Rising, way high. The Chinooks have Matheson, Rover, Leonezio, and Beck. The infield third to first. Callahan, Kelly, and Bloom. The outfield left, center, and right. And a battery of Rising and Wilhoit. 1-1 is the count.
That around the horn, brought to you by Genoir Towing and Recovery. When you need a tow, call Genoir, 394-6068.
He's going to be going from the windup, and here's the 1-1 pitch. That is high, and it's 2-1. Beautiful day here in the fabulous Kenai Peninsula, and glad you could tune in. You're probably grilling salmon, aren't you? On your back deck, here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped up, fouled off to the left and out of play, as the Walden brothers will give you that one at 398, 5510. They will give you your customized T-shirts and all other types of clothing. 2-2 is the count. Groupie, we're looking to get on base. Here's the off-speed pitch. It's up high, and it's a full count.
He gave Groupie Chavez his full count this time.
Ball 3, strike 2. Infield, standard depth, so are all of the outfielders. Here's the full count pitch. It's a deep fly ball. Boy, oh boy, that one's going to clear the wall, but it's foul. And it hits the conical Phillips sign in deep foul territory. It does not clear the wall. It would have cleared the wall because those advertisements are up and above. He got all of that. And the count remains at 3-2. Just a little bit ahead of it. Rising to the windup and the pitch. And there's a foul ball down the third base side. Groupie battling away nicely here.
Yeah, he's starting to pick up that curveball. They've all been sitting over there watching it, and now he's starting to get a good look at it, see the break. Just needs to hold back on that swing. Use that front foot to time up that pitch.
Chinooks lead 1-0 here. We're in the bottom of 3. Here's the full count. Fouls this one. It's a little square. Inside out off the band handle, and the first baseman, Beck, cannot get there in time. And the count goes, well, the count stays at 3-2. Wind coming and going here. Once again, I am out on the grandstands to cut down on the glare. It's a 3-2 count to the righty on lefty matchup. Here's the pitch, and they're going to ring him up. All right, well, it was a curveball. Might have been low, but would have been a good one to foul off, too.
Yeah, it's close enough that with a full count, you got to be defensive with that. Again, we've seen him picking up the curveball. He knows he can make contact with it, so keep yourself alive.
Second strikeout for Rising, and William Graham comes to the plate. What a job he did yesterday pitching for the Oilers. He's DHing today with a .226 average and 1 RBI, and he takes strike one. Bats from the left-hand side. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike two on the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Rising trying to go perfect through the first 9 batters here. Here's the pitch. Bounces in. That hit the catcher on the hand. And the count is 1-2. Ball one, strike two.
Yeah, Rising's got good stuff. A little bit untempered with some of the misses, but solid pitches.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounces in again, and it's 2-2. He's gone deep with all of these batters. 3-2, 3-2, and now 2-2. Ball three, strike two. Here's the windup and the pitch by Rising. And tips that one into the catcher's glove, and he's got another strikeout. And it's 3 up and 3 down. The Oilers looking for a base runner. And maybe they'll use one of their get out of jail free cards for one of those, as we'll go to the fourth. No runs and no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the fourth, and the score is the Chinooks 1 and the Oilers nothing. This is Oilers Baseball on the ESPN Radio Network.
So, have you heard?
Heard what?
About the new flooring store on K Beach? They're called Floors Unlimited.
No, but I do need new flooring in my home.
Yeah, I went in there yesterday, and they helped me so much and were so resourceful with any question that I
I'll let you take it here while I go.
The entire Kenai Peninsula.
Take a quick break.
Sounds good.
Wow.
You'll love their easy-to-shop showroom with carpet and hard surfaces, commercial and residential. Plus, they even offer service with a smile. It's Floors Unlimited, open Monday through Saturday, located on K Beach, just past KSRM, 907-420-7688. Are you craving a fiesta that's tastier than a piñata full of tacos? Look no further. Senior Poncho's Mexican restaurant. 7 for live cantina. Let's dance the salsa. Picture this. You're sitting back, sipping a margarita at 11 p.m. It's never too early for a margarita, but hey, they're not just about the drinks. Senior Poncho's is the ultimate sports headquarters. Catch all the action while deep down in their famous home run margarita. Oilers baseball located on the Sterling Highway in Soldada. Senior Poncho's Mexican restaurant, where every bite feels like a party. Olé!
Bob Bird back here with the Chinooks lead 1-0, and here in the middle innings is Nick Sorrell.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, good to be back here on the air. It's missed a couple days coaching some football. Ty Correa back on the mound. Oilers trailing the Chinooks 1-0. Ty's first pitch to shortstop Tommy Rover is low and inside for a ball. Rover popped out to shortstop Owen McElpatrick his first time up. Correa working very quickly. Back to the windup, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly 1-1 on Tommy Rover. Correa right back into the windup. Swing and a miss again. So the count now 1-2. Tommy Rover batting from the left-hand side. He's got himself in a hole here. He's a switch hitter. So he's batting from the left-hand side because he's facing a right-handed hitter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball two. Even the count up. Sun shining down from just over the right field foul pole. Shadows moving across toward third base side. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, and that'll run the count to full. It's only the second full count Correa's had tonight. But solid strikeout pitcher. He's probably going to reach back and burn him with heat here. Here's the payoff pitch. That's the speed. It's right up the middle. Groupie fields it on the backhand, throws across his body, and it is caught for the out at first by Theo Forche. Very smooth play by Groupie and Forche. The throw was just a shade high, and Forche had to come up a little bit, but his foot was only off the bag for a split second, and that'll be the first out in the inning. Coming up to bat now for the Chinooks, Ryan Matheson. Grounded out to shortstop, his first time up. Right-handed hitter. Playing third base. Here's the first pitch to him, and he lifts that one. It could be trouble if it lands fair, but it is foul down the left field line. Hits the warning track, so we've seen 2 balls now pelted hard down left field. One by Brett Groupie for the Oilers last inning, and now one by Ryan Matheson. But it's just a loud foul ball. That foul ball brought to you by the Walden Brothers. They can customize just about anything, but they specialize in clothing, t-shirts, crops, tanks, and more. Visit them at waldenbros.store. Call them today, 907-394-5510. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Doesn't drop enough. Count is 1-1 now. Matheson's a 6'1" sophomore out of Masters University. Bats right and throws right. There's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Missed. High school circles, we call that swing a daddy hack. Matheson trying to put a point on the board with one swing of the bat. Count now 1-2. Correa settling down from last inning. Here's his 1-2 pitch. Tapped right back, a swing and a miss. Bounces off Chavez, but he gathers it and throws down to first for the out. So it'll go down as a strikeout and also a 2-3 putout. So that's going to be the 4th strikeout for Correa, and he has retired the Chinooks in order so far this inning. First 2 hitters up and down. Now we're going to see catcher Blake Wilhoit. Popped out to left field his last time. Correa winds and deals way off the plate. It's going to be ball 1. Wilhoit, the catcher for the Chinooks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled right back to the screen. That net doesn't make people feel safe sometimes. You get those foul balls, especially on sharp pitches, and the ball comes flying right back at the screen. People go diving out of the way. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped way foul out of play over the left field side. Count now 1-2. Correa working very efficiently this inning. Takes a long look in before he gets his sign this time. Deals, misses outside, and that'll even the count at 2. Wilhoit is a sophomore at Angelo State University. Bats from the left side, but throws right-handed. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, just got a piece of it. Got to give props to Wilhoit on that swing. That curveball could have fooled just about anybody, but he managed to get the bat on it just enough to stay alive. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. We are in the top of the 4th inning. The Oilers trailing the visiting Chinooks 1-0. The Chinooks with 1 run on 4 hits. And the Oilers, there's a swing popped up out of play on the left field side again over the beer garden. Correa now having to labor a little bit with this at bat. He worked very quickly through the 5 and 6 hitters, Rover and Matheson. But he's been in a stalemate at 2-2 against Wilhoit for a few pitches. Here's the 2-2 again outside, and the count's full now. Correa looking to gather himself. Wilhoit looking back, swirling the bat for rhythm. Here's the payoff pitch. It drops in there, and it misses for a ball. It's going to put a man on. That was close. Home plate umpire Luis Alvarado said it was off the plate. Looked close to me. So there's a runner on base now for the Chinooks in the top of the third. They have 2 outs, but they do lead the Oilers 1-0. They have been stealing pretty quickly on Correa. We speculated that was because he has a really low ERA, 0.65, so he doesn't give up a lot of runs. They're trying to take chances. Here's the first pitch to Ty Beck. It's high for a ball. Beck, another left-handed hitter. Came in batting .217, no home runs and 10 RBIs. Singled his first time up, but was left on second base when the number 9 hitter, Braden Boom, struck out looking. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Drops right in there for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. Correa throws a fastball in the neighborhood of 91 to 93 mile an hour, depending on temperature and whether he ate Wheaties this morning. There's a pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate. Make the count 1-2. He has a slider in his arsenal that has quite a bit of break on it. And throws a changeup as well. Likes to go to the changeup on strikeout pitches like the one we're about to have. So let's see here. There it was, and there's the throwdown as the runner goes. Beat by a mile. Sessler calls him out. That'll be the third out of the inning. Tried the swim move, lifting the arm up and tried to drop it down on the base, but Groupie was right there, stayed with him for the tag. And so the Chinooks go down. They do take a walk in the inning, but no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave one man on base. The score is Chinooks 1, Oilers 0 after 3.5 innings. You're listening to Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com, and streaming on YouTube.
My sewer or drain, I call Sean Parnell with Roto-Rooter. He will come out to your house and address the situation anytime, including weekend animals, have a broken line, or need to grease cleaned. Call Sean Parnell with Roto-Rooter today. He's reliable, professional, and he knows what he is doing. This summer, support local for all your sewer, drain, and grease trap needs. Roto-Rooter even has a camera to check your sewer line. Get a hold of Sean Parnell today at 907-262-5605.
Looking for a place in Kenai that serves breakfast all day? Good news. Now open in Kenai. It's the Brunch Bar where you can get breakfast served all day long. Be sure and try their mimosa flights or one of their specialty drinks to make your meal anything but ordinary. The Brunch Bar is open Monday through Thursday until 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday.
You know what? It's got to be a little hotter, Nick. Also in my ears.
It's live entertainment for your enjoyment. The Brunch Bar is located.
Turn my earphones, my ears up. Testing what? That's good, Nick. Thank you. Bob Byrne along with Becca Sanifide, who is here with a raffle for Savannah Professional Firefighters. Becca, why don't you fill us in real quickly?
Yeah, I'm with Solana Professional Firefighters. We're at the Oilers game selling raffle tickets for a 570 Sportsman's four-wheeler. They're $25 each, and we're doing them for a drawing August 5th. You do not have to be present to win.
All right, so you're located right below the Hall of Fame of the Oiler names in the lobby there by the snack bar.
You betcha. All
right, thank you, Becca. And here with the play-by-play is Nick Sorrell.
Thank you. All right, so here we go again. We've got Grant Rising back on the mound and up to bat for the Oilers. I didn't have my headset on, Bob, so sorry if you already told everybody, but we're back to the top of the order. Owen McElpatrick looks at a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch, down and inside for ball 2. So right now, through 3 innings, Rising has thrown 36 pitches, and we'll get you the pitch count sponsor here in a second. Actually, got a second. That's Everybody Rides Again. If you're looking for a used vehicle and you got bad credit, no problem. Give them a call. Just your job and a small down payment. 907-260-3053. Everybody Rides Again. 2-0 pitch now from Rising to McElpatrick, who lifts that one right towards center field. It's dropping, but the second baseman and center fielder collide, and the ball drops. And so Owen McElpatrick is on first. The second baseman, Leonicio, was right underneath it, and Kelly in center field, Mike Kelly, kept running in and running in and running in. I don't know what he was thinking. He may not have been calling him off, but they collided right there, just off to the right side behind second base on the grass.
That looked like trouble right from the start there, Nick, as I don't think either one of them spoke for the ball. So there goes the perfect game, and the Oilers have their first base runner here with nobody out in the fourth.
The score is Chinooks 1, Oilers 0. There's a swing and a miss by Forshea. He checked his swing, but home plate umpire Luis Alvarado says he went around. So that was a foul tip. That's what I'm hearing here. So count is 0-1. Runner on first base is Owen McElpatrick. Left-hander Rising takes a look, winds and deals. That's going to drop low for a ball, so the count evens at 1 on Theo Forshea. So, Bob, tell me what you think. Are you going to score that an E4 or an E8?
E4. It went off of his glove. And whatever effect the charging center fielder had on that, it's not relevant.
Rising, another long look, lifts and deals. That one's lifted straight to center field. Should be easy for Mike Kelly. He grabs it, and McElpatrick retreats to first base for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Nick Costello, lined out to shortstop his first time up.
Fielder Nick Costello, number 26.
Well, the Oilers have to do something to wake up their lethargy right now, and I think they're going to have to try a hit and run or stolen base. They got to get a hitter's count here.
Well, 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Oilers trailing 1-0. Costello bunts it down the first base line. He's going to be safe by a mile. The pitcher, Grant Rising, throwing with the left hand, finishes with his foot coming down on the our left-hand side of the mound, so away from first base. So very smart play by Nick Costello to bunt down the first base line, pull the first baseman off, and Rising had no chance to run over there and beat him out. So
that's exactly what the Oilers needed to do, was something unorthodox and unexpected. So we have the infield fly rule in effect with runners on first and second and 1 out.
Theo Forshea on second base, Nick Costello on first. Heads-up play by Costello. We've seen a lot of that from him. And the batter is now Leighton Helfrich, right fielder. Bats from the right-hand side. He grounded to third his first time up. And that was the first hit of the game for the Oilers. Runners getting their leads. Here's the pitch. Down low. Misses for a ball 1. So no outs, or 1 out, excuse me. Theo Forshea flying out to center. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runners on second and first. Count is 1-0 on Leighton Helfrich. Long look at second base by Rising, who deals inside for ball 2.
Well, the outfield is deeper than normal, both in right field and in center, but not in left field. That's about it normal, and that's interesting because it's a right-handed batter.
We've seen Helfrich push several balls right into that right center field gap. Rising, looking back, lifts and fires off the plate. And so it's 3-0 now on Leighton Helfrich, and Grant Rising in danger of loading the bases behind himself with only 1 out in the inning. Oilers threatening, trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. They have 1 hit today, that coming in the form of a bunt single, which is what brought Nick Costello to where he's at right now at first base. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Inside and low, and the bases are loaded.
Most of those pitches were in the dirt and dirty. So the Oilers with a great chance here. We've seen this a lot where they get themselves a great setting on the table. And let's hope they can come through big time right now.
Michael Elko is the batter. Team leading RBI total of 19. He could add a lot onto those right now with a solid hit. But we'll take anything. Something grounded to the right side, a fly ball to deep outfield. Let's bring a run in, but we'd like it in the form of a hit. Bases are jammed here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to Elko. Just misses high. Nope. Yep, just misses high for ball 1. Elko struck out swinging his first time up. fooled greatly on a curveball.
Third baseman's on the grass. A bunt is not out of the question here at all.
Well, they're not taking any chances.
Push bunt would be great.
First baseman also up on the grass. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's grounded to the left side. This could be trouble. Second baseman throws over to second to short and records the out at second, and the throw back to first is not in time. Elko's on safe. He's going to collect an RBI as McElpatrick comes in to score on that RBI ground out. Fielder's choice, 4-6.
And that's the 20th RBI of the season and the first Oiler to reach that plateau. 2 dead now with runners on the corners. Ty Thomas coming up, and it's time for more action, I think, at first base.
So we're going to see what we can get here. Here's the first pitch to Ty Thomas. He grounds it right toward the shortstop, who flips over to the second baseman for the out. And that'll do it for the Oilers in the bottom of the fourth. They get 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error in the inning that allowed McElpatrick to get on base, and he came around to score. So that error worked out very well in the Oilers' favor. The score is tied at 1 after 4 innings. You're listening to Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com. And streaming on YouTube.
Nick, what did Matheson do to make the second out for the Chinooks last inning?
Hold on 1 second.
All great items to have at home and on the go. Be sure to take advantage of Soldotna Professional Pharmacy's MedSig program.
Okay, what did Matheson do?
Yeah,
he struck out swinging.
Thank you.
Available Cooper Landing all the way to Homer. Just call Soldotna Professional Pharmacy staff to have your medication delivered to your door monthly. Soldotna Professional Pharmacy.
Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna is having one big awesome summer sale. Get over to Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna to get your Carhartt.
That's an unearned run, by the way.
Yep. That's right. All Carhartt apparel is 40% off, excluding FR. Need women's dovetail apparel? Well, now is the time to stock up. All women's dovetail apparel is also 40% off. All Levi jeans are 30% off. And Wrangler jeans are 30%
one on
off,
base.
excluding FR. Get over to Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna for one big awesome summer sale. It's here at
Welcome back to Oilers Baseball. I'm Nick Sorrell alongside Bob Bird. Not really alongside, I guess. Bob is out in the grandstands tonight. The sun, as we've said, causes some problems for us with the glare. Bob gets a better look at those balls up in the air, so if you ever hear me pause after a ball is hit, it's probably because I'm sitting here scanning the skies trying to find out where it went, and Bob will have a good look at it, and he'll pick me up on those.
I'll say only a better look.
But the Oilers and Chinooks are knotted up here at 1 as we go into the top half of the 5th inning. Oilers got a run back in the bottom half of the 4th inning. It was an unearned run. McElpatrick reaching on an error when a pop fly into shallow center field caused the second baseman Leonisio and center fielder Kelly to collide, and the ball popped out of Leonisio's glove. And then after a hit and a walk, it was an RBI ground out for Michael Elko, or not ground out, RBI fielder's choice for Michael Elko. Brought that run in. So Josiah Chavez will be the batter up for them the next time they come up. But right now we've got Ty Beck up for the Chinooks. And he looks at a ball, checks his swing, but they appeal down to third base umpire Aiden Sessler, and he says no, he did not swing. So the count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Slider that did not quite break off the plate. Count evens at 1. Unfortunately, kind of cut out on me there for a second, and I didn't realize it. But we are back. The count is 3-1 now on Ty Beck. Ty Correa having a hard time finding the strike zone. Here's a pitch. It's tapped foul and back toward the screen. That foul ball brought to you by the Walden Brothers. They can customize just about anything, but they specialize in crops, T-shirts, tanks, and more. But give them a call. Find out what they can customize for you. 907-394-5510. Count is 3-2 now. Here's the payoff pitch to Tybeck. He's going to flip that one into left field for a single to lead off the inning for the Chinooks.
Right fielder, Brayton Broom.
Inside out swing by the left-handed Tybeck, who is now 2 for 2 so far this game. And the leadoff man is aboard. That'll be the 6th hit for the Chinooks. Have a little bit of a conference going on the mound here. Pitching coach Chris Jimenez for the Oilers coming out. This mound visit brought to you by Central Peninsula Hospital, where they say, we believe providing better access to local primary care and specialty services is central to our mission. Visit cpgh.org. That's cpgh.org. So we're having a little bit of a conference here on the mound, the whole infield coming in. They're all chatting with Correa. I'm not sure if this is just a conversation, settle down, don't worry, find your rhythm, or if they're checking to see if he maybe might have showed some discomfort. Seeing here, we still got our first baseman on the mound there with him. Correa having a chat still, not first baseman, Michael Elko, the shortstop. A long conversation here. Going to throw around. Chris Jimenez, pitching coach, back in the dugout. Home plate umpire Luis Alvarado communicating with the catcher, Josiah Chavez. Not sure what we've got going on here as far as a delay. Something to do with pitching. I don't see Ty Correa looking for blisters on his fingers or anything, but you know what? We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be right back with Oilers baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com.
Your tractor, trailer, and equipment inspector
I went to
now at the Best Shop, located on K Beach Road. The Best Shop is a full repair shop and tire center for all tractor trailers and heavy equipment, and they stock parts so they can get your job done quickly to get you back on the job. Don't miss a day of work because you weren't ready. Call the Best Shop now to get your truck in for a DOT inspection.
Doing it for some particular reason.
28785.
We're all good. You can go ahead and bring us back.
Doctor, did you move out of state? Did you retire? No, I'm still right here in Soldotna.
Go ahead and bring us back.
Yes, in the new eye care clinic at 230 East Mary.
Welcome back to Oilers baseball. We had an injury delay. That was what it was. The first baseman, or the runner on first base, Ty Beck, must have needed some sort of attention from a trainer, but he seems to be all right now. And the batter is Brayton Broom, the right-handed right fielder, and he's looked at a strike, or swung and missed at a strike. So the count is 0-1 on him. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He swings and misses at that one, too. He struck out looking his last time up. The Chinooks visiting today. They have a man on first with no outs in the top of the 5th inning, and we are tied at 1. Chinooks with 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. The Oilers with 1 run on 1 hit. There's a pitch inside, even the count up at 2. Brome again struck out looking his last time. Correa looking to probably try and freeze him here. I'm thinking another backdoor slider, but we'll see what we get. Likes his sign. There's the pitch. That was a 2-seamer. That was nasty. But it did not catch the plate for a strike. Nasty because the movement was just very late breaking. Pitch that breaks left to right, coming out of the hand of a right-hander, is usually a 2-seamer or a sinker. But the count is even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. That one's lined right over into the beer garden, or just over it. That's going to be a Walden Brothers foul ball. And so we're going to stay at 2-2. No outs and a runner on first for the Chinooks in the top of the 5th inning. Correa taking a long look before he lifts and deals, and he misses high, and that's going to take the count full. So back-to-back full counts now for Ty Correa in the top of the 5th. And I have to make a correction. I said the Chinooks had 5 hits. They have 6. Here's the payoff pitch from Correa. Called strike. Sinking fastball catches the bottom part of the zone for the first out of the inning. Devastating punch out there from Correa. And so that's back-to-back strikeouts looking by the number 9 hitter, Braden Brome. It's going to take us back to the top of the Chinooks order. Mike Kelly, who is 2 for 2 so far today, looks at a strike right down the middle. 1 out now in the top of the first inning. Oilers and Chinooks tied at 1. 1 runner on first for the Chinooks. Correa likes the call. There's a grounder right toward the first baseman. Forshey taps the bag, throws down to second baseman, to shortstop Elko, who gloves it and gets the tag on for a double play. So that is going to be the second and third out of the inning. It'll go down as a 3-6 double play.
That's called the hard way double play, but when you're brought to the bag, you do it that way.
That's right, and so we're going to stay tied here as we move into the bottom half of the 5th. The Chinooks go in order the roundabout way, and they get 1 hit, no runs, no errors that inning, and they don't leave anybody on base. We'll be back here in 60 seconds for Oilers baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com.
Where's Dr. Cross?
I don't remember when I've seen that.
He retired?
It's been a while. Yeah, that was good.
Yes, in the new eye care clinic.
I'm behind you. No runs.
He's still providing the most personalized and highest quality eye care that you've come to expect.
Nobody left on.
Location.
Fourth inning, nobody was left on either because there was a double play there. Yes.
6.
Knocks off. We take almost 3
That
out.
was a caught stealing.
If you've been looking for me, or if you come in
second out.
you know the real scoop. Call 907-262-3119 and schedule today.
Officers at Beeman's talking with Steve. Is a party in your future? You can get all the party supplies right here at Beeman's.
Matt, we have greeting cards for almost every occasion, so you can stop by and view our large selection of those. We have Wilton cake pans and decorating products, candy flavorings. We have latex and Mylar balloons, portable helium tanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And lots of games. Get this and more right now at Beeman's, located on the Kenai Spur Highway in Solana.
Welcome back to Oilers Baseball. I'm Nick Sorrell alongside Bob Bird, and I can say alongside now because he's back in the booth with me. We are tied up at 1 here as we move into the bottom of the 5th. The Oilers with 1 run on 1 hit. The Chinooks on one run on 6 hits with an error. The run for the Oilers, an unearned run last inning, the bottom of the 4th. Josiah Chavez is the batter for the Oilers. He's looked at a ball. And here is Rising's 1-0 pitch.
To explain that double play, there was no force for the runner at second base once the first baseman, Forshey, took the easy out at first, so they had to get that tag. That's why it's called a hard way double play.
Here's the 2-0 pitch from Rising. Right down the middle for a called strike. Count is now 2-1. In the outfield from left to right, we have Callahan, Kelly, and Broom for the Chinooks. And around the diamond, Matheson, Rover, Leonisio, and Beck. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 3.
By my count, the Oilers have only sent 1 ball out of the infield, a fly out in the 4th inning. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's what I've got. We got 1. No, we had a Josiah flew out to left field his last time up. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swings and lifts that one foul down the right field line into the Oilers bullpen. He got just about every ounce he could out of that one, but pulled it foul.
Chavez has been a workhorse for the Oilers, and I'm so glad that he's brought his average up.
He has. Here's the payoff pitch from Rising, who lifts and deals, and it's in the dirt way outside, and Chavez is on with a walk to lead off the inning for the Oilers.
That was a 56-foot fastball.
Not even close. Rising has shown some prowess and skill on the mound tonight, working surgically with a curveball at times, but has shown that he is prone to yank a fastball, several of them in the 54 to 57 foot range and far left or right. But due up now for the Oilers is Brett Groupie. He's the second baseman, bats eighth. He shows bunt, and he puts it right at the mound. It's going to be an out at first. He advances the runner over to second, and so that's a sacrifice bunt by Brett Groupie to put Josiah Chavez on first base.
A little harder, he would have had an effective push bunt, don't you think?
Yeah, he kind of put that, if you're going to bunt, you don't want to put it right toward the pitcher, which is what he did, especially if it's a pitcher that the way he finishes, he can run straight at it, which is what happened. So, but he did accomplish his mission, which is to get a man on second base. So there's one out in the bottom of the fourth. Chavez, the runner, on second. The batter is number 9 hitter, Will Grimm, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat, and he looks at a ball high.
Sam Silversmith is warming up in the bullpen for the Oilers.
Count is 1-0 on number 9 hitter Will Grimm. Rising taking a long look back at second, and there's a swing. It's lifted. It's going to be foul, but yes, it goes out of play into the Chinooks bullpen, or just over it.
That hit the beer garden rough.
Oh, nice job. So that's a foul ball, which, as you know, comes to you courtesy of the Walden brothers. They can customize just about anything, but they specialize in clothing. Give them a call, 907-394-5510. See what they can customize for you. Oilers and Chinooks tied up at 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing, and that one's blooped into left field, but it's going to be right at the left fielder, Callahan, who gloves it for the second out of the inning. Brett Groupie, or Will Grimm, goes down on an F7. So there was your outfield ball.
Well, there's 3 of them now, as you pointed out. And, of course, that drop pop-up officially was, I think, on the grass. However, here's Owen McElpatrick with a chance to earn his bacon right now.
Yes, I feel like we keep saying he's due. At some point, he's going to need to put the wood on the ball here. So McElpatrick looks at a curveball that dropped about a mile to fall into the strike zone.
That was a fantastic pitch.
It was. It's the kind of thing that, you combine what we've seen from Rising with these fastballs way in the dirt and inside and outside, and he shows promise. Like there's some development that needs to happen here. Here's the 0-1 pitch, another curveball, but that one's lifted to the right field side, but the right fielder is running over, and he slides and makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning for the Oilers. They strand a man on second base. He reached on a walk, so there are no runs, no hits, and no errors, and just the one man left on base. And we are still tied at 1 after 5 innings played. And we'll be back here in the top of the 6th inning when the Chinooks bring their 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate. You're listening to Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com.
This week's do you need any water? I do.
I got some.
All right.
Thank you.
Steaks, $8.49 a pound.
Oh, thank you.
Back ribs only $2.69 a pound. Chicken drumsticks are buy one get one free, and 1 pound packs of Orca Bay ahi tuna are $7.49. 18 pounds of Kingsford charcoal is $13.99, and 5 pounds of Country Time lemonade or Tang drink mix is $9.99. Produce has 10-pound bags of Alaskan grown russet potatoes for $5.99. Broccoli and cauliflower is $1.49 a pound. Navel oranges are $1.29 a pound, and green bell peppers are only 69 cents.
Country Foods on Willow Street in Kenai.
Hello, this is Belinda with Gentle Dental. Are you looking for a brighter smile during this wedding season? Stop in for our professional grade to-go kits and whiten in the comfort of your own home. Don't lose track of time with our long summer days and get the dental care you need. Join our dental family. Anxious? No worries. Our name says it all. ¿Hablas español? Nosotros también.
Welcome back to Oilers Baseball. I'm Nick Sorrell alongside Bob Bird. So we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Oilers. It's going to be Sam Silversmith, We'll get his stats pulled up for him, but as far as Ty Correa is concerned, he pitched 5 innings, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Struck out 5, and I don't believe walked 1. Struck out 5 and walked 1. So, and he gave up 1 run, and it was an earned run. So Correa continuing his dominance on the mound. And honestly, he's been so great at this point. When he gives up a single run, we kind of have to walk away going, could have had a better one. But no, he did a phenomenal job. So hats off to Ty Correa, who has been a breath of fresh air all season for the Oilers. So Sam Silversmith on the mound now for the Oilers. And he'll be facing the number 2 hitter, Ryan Callahan, who has struck out swinging and singled and was part of the first out of a 4-6-3 double play. He swings and misses. Had a ball that was above the strike zone. Silversmith, that one is grounded to the left side. Third baseman Ty Thomas spins and throws. It's over the head of first baseman Theo Forshey. And so Ryan Callahan is going to be on base for the second time tonight, but this time on an error by third baseman Ty Thomas. That's the first error of the game for the Oilers. But for the third straight inning, the Chinooks have the leadoff man aboard. The batter is now Ryan Leonicio, right-hander. Pops one up and foul over the screen and above our heads and all the way back into the parking lot. And that foul ball brought to you by Walden Brothers. They can customize a lot of stuff, but they usually customize clothes. Give them a call and find out what they can customize for you. 907-394-5510. Silversmith, the right-hander, deals the 0-1 pitch. It drops in there for a called strike, so the count is quickly 0-2 on Ryan Leonicio. Silversmith is a record of 0-1, a 7.26 ERA. He's pitched in 9 games. He's saved 2. He's pitched 17.1 or 17 and a third innings. Deals off the plate there for the first ball of this at bat. The count now 1-2. He struck out 7 and walked 10, giving up 20 hits. So there are no outs in the top of the 6th. There's a grounder right inside the third base off of Thomas's glove, and everybody's going to be safe. That would have been a tough play either way for Thomas, running to his right, fielding it right behind third base. But unfortunately, that one is going to have to go down, if I'm scoring, as an error for him.
I agree. That's back-to-back errors then.
Back-to-back E5s.
Pinch hitter, Austin Young, number 12.
So if you are up for a lesson in runs that are earned versus runs that are not, neither of the 2 runners that are on base now for the Chinooks would count as an earned run if they came in to score. Any runner who reaches base on an error can never count as an earned run. I don't think the Oilers care so much about whether these runs are earned or not. They just don't want them to come in at all.
Sam Silversmith has done his job.
There's a pitch off on the outside corner for a called strike.
Squaring to bunt, by the way, on that pitch. But he's done his job of getting ground balls.
Batter is not Blake Whitney. We have a new hitter, for a pinch hitter for the Oilers. Number 12, he squares to bunt, pulls back as that one misses. And the count is 1-1. Runners on first and second for the Chinooks.
Austin Young.
Austin Young is the pinch hitter. He's going to pinch hit for John Whitney. That pitch misses for a ball.
Looks like they're going to kill the DH here.
Yep. So the count is now, it was a called strike actually. Didn't give me a real clear strike signal. So the count is 1-2 on pinch hitter Austin Young. Stocky fellow. Long hair sticking out of the back of his helmet. Batting helmet, that's a called strike. He goes down looking. Silversmith with a curveball that drops down into the top part of the zone, and that is just what the Oilers needed with runners on first and second, no outs.
Tommy Rover.
Tommy Rover, shortstop, coming up to the plate, left-hander. Actually, I believe we said he's a switch hitter, but he is, so he'll be batting from the left-hand side this time. He's popped out to the shortstop and grounded out to the second baseman. Here's the pitch to him, right down the pipe for a called strike. So after not being picked up by his defense behind him, Silversmith showing no fear, attacking hitters right away with strikes, getting himself ahead in the count. That's just what you want. There's the pitch. That one's lined into right field. That one's going to drop. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Coming around to score is Callahan. Leonicio is going to come around behind him. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw is out of the catcher's glove, and everybody is safe. On third base is Tommy Rover with a, I'm going to call that a double, and he advanced to third on the throw. But there is a runner now in scoring position at third base, and 2 runs are in, and the Chinooks lead 3-1.
That throw had the man beat at the plate, but it was high, and Chavez did not even know it had popped out of his glove, and luckily Silversmith was backing him up.
It was a very good move by Silversmith. It's hard for pitchers sometimes. You give up a hit like that, and you want to hang your head, but you still got to go do a job. And he did it very well. Prevented the run from being that double by Rover from being an inside the Parker. And now Silversmith delivering to Matheson for a ball. Next pitch also misses for a ball, so the count is 2-0 on Ryan Matheson, who has grounded out to the shortstop and struck out swinging. There's one that drops in for a strike. Count is 2-1 now. So if you're just joining us, the Oilers struggling in the top of the 6th inning. They've given up 2 runs. There's a runner on third, and the infield is all in. That ball is fouled back to the screen, and that's going to even the count at 2 on Ryan Matheson. Oilers not wanting to fall further behind in this one. They are in a playoff race against the Chinooks. All the infielders up on the grass here. Pitch. Called strike. Down on the inside corner of the plate. That's a punch out for Sam Silversmith, and Matheson goes down looking for the second out of the inning. So the infield will retreat to normal depth as now only 1 out is needed to get out of the inning.
And that erases the chance of a sacrifice fly scoring the runner.
Matheson was not happy about that strikeout call. Here's the first pitch to Blake Wilhoit, the catcher. Called strike.
Fouled off to the left.
Fouled off to the left. You look down for 1 second. Thanks, Bob, for getting me on that one. The cloud's rolling in now. Here's the second pitch. It's going to be a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Count will be 0-2 on Wilhoit, who has popped out to left field and taken a walk, but was thrown out on a double play ball at second base. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Foul to the right side into the bleachers. Kids running over to try and beat each other for it. Turns into a little friendly foot race. It ricocheted off the bleachers and went back to the into play. Helfrich grabbing it and lobbing it over to the eager fans. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on third in the top of the 6th inning. The Chinooks have brought 2 runs across, and they lead the Oilers 3-1. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. So the Oilers will give up 2 runs this inning, none of them earned, and on 1 hit. And they leave, and the Chinooks leave 1 man on base. They lead the Oilers 3-1 after 5.5 innings. We'll be back in the bottom of the 6th inning on Oilers baseball. You're listening on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, and RadioKenai.com.
talking with Evan from Steam on Wheels. Now, Evan, if I need to get some trees removed from my property, what do I need to do?
Give us a call at Steam on Wheels. I'll come out and we'll take a look at what you got, look at your goals, and that is free of charge to you.
So Steam on Wheels will come out and look
I
at my
couldn't get myself together that inning.
Absolutely.
No, it wasn't. I know there's times you feel that way, but you were doing fine.
On what you would like done, I'll
Let's
give
see
you a
here.
price.
So now we've got Silversmith.
Give us a call today.
I can't remember what number he is.
262.
Oh, I'll find it for you.
Steam on Wheels.
I see you got the tolls for Korea. I assume you announced them.
I did.
Yep.
Worry no more, because Dan's Automotive is here to save the day.
Who's number 4?
Right next to Napa Auto Parts, Dan's Automotive is your one-stop shop for all things car-related. Whether you need a tune-up, an oil change, or a friendly chat about your engine's dreams and aspirations, Dan's Automotive has got you covered. Their phone number is as easy to remember as a clown riding a
Struck out
unicycle.
the side that inning.
Yes.
All looking.
907-420-0416.
Welcome back to Oilers Baseball. I'm Nick Sorrell alongside Bob Bird. As we observed, Sam Silversmith, who came in for the Oilers in that last inning, struck out the side. He had the first two runners for the Chinooks reached on errors, both errors by third baseman Ty Thomas. And then he struck out a pinch hitter, Austin Young, for the first out. Tommy Rover had a 2-run double, a dagger, and then two more strikeouts looking. Ryan Matheson and Blake Wilhoit for Silversmith.
I don't think we can overlook Grant Rising here because, my goodness, big fat 9-point-something ERA, and he's held the Oilers to one unearned run and one stingy hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have Theo Forshey, who is the number 2 hitter, back up. He's looked at a ball here. Hits from the left-handed side. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. Here's Rising's pitch. It's high and outside for ball 1. So ball 2. Count is 2-0 now. Forshey grounded out to second his first time up and flew out to center field. Deep fly ball on that one. Hitters count now. 2-0 pitch. Rising lifts and fires right down the heart of the plate for a called strike. Second baseman Leonicio all the way back on the grass and very far to his left. Big gap up the middle. There's a pitch. Misses the plate off the outside for a called ball. Count is 3-1 on Theo Forshey. Looking to get himself a hit, get himself on base here to lead off the inning. The Oilers in a 2-run deficit, trailing the Chinooks 3-1. Here's the pitch. It's lifted into left field, but tailing right over to Ryan Callahan in left field for the out. So
Callahan was not playing shallow like I wanted him to.
No.
Helfrich, number 13.
It's always deceiving when you get those hits that are kind of push hits, opposite field hits for hitters and that are up in the air because they usually have some tail on them, so they look like they're going right in the gap, and then they're just shading right over.
Well, look at Callahan. He's playing respectfully deep with these left-handed hitters.
Well, Costello drives one left field. It's good. Or center field. It's over the head of the center fielder, Kelly. Costello around first, going for second. He stops at second as the throw comes back in.
Whew. Good thing he did. The cutoff man threw a bullseye to third base.
He'd have had no chance over there, but with one out now, the Oilers get their second hit of the game. So Nick Costello bringing in both hits for the Oilers so far today. The first one, a bunt, where he bunted himself on, and the second one, a no-doubt booming double over the head of center fielder Mike Kelly.
It's not often you can lift one over the center fielder's head in this park.
That one was driven right on the screws. So a runner in scoring position now for the Oilers as Leighton Helfrich steps in. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounds that one right up to center field. Up through center field, he's going to be on with a single as Costello comes around to score. And just like that, the Oilers are back within one.
There was no play on Costello. They didn't want to give that extra base over to Helfrich. And it happened in 2 pitches here.
So for the first time so far this entire game, we're in the 6th inning, the Oilers are showing some poise against Grant Rising, who has, as of yet, been, so far, has been very dominant against them. But they're starting to see him very well, and now we've got Michael Elko at the plate. That one bounces and gets away from the catcher, and Forshea is going to scamper up to second base, and so the Oilers have another runner in scoring position.
Bounced in, it'll be a wild pitch, in your opinion?
Absolutely.
You get to make the calls. You're doing the play-by-play.
Wild pitch it is then. If I understand statistician language as far as baseball is concerned, anything that's in the dirt goes down as a wild pitch, even if it's right in front of the catcher, correct? If it's away from him, if it allows a runner to advance. Here's a pitch. That one's lined into right field. Here comes Forshea. He's going to round third. Nope, they're going to hold him up. But Helfrich is on first, and the Oilers have runners on the corners with one out in the on the bottom of the 6th inning.
Broom must have known they were going to hold him at third. I thought he had a pretty good chance, but Broom threw it to second base, so he must have had a third eye on that.
Must have. Forshea not really coming hard around third base, but third base coach Kevin Clancy holds him up, plays it safe because now a sacrifice bunt or a deep fly ball scores him. But we have a mound visit coming here.
Brought to you by Central Peninsula Hospital. They believe in providing better access to local primary care and specialty services. It's central to their mission. Visit them at www.cpgh.org. All right, so this mound visit, huddle on the hill, the entire infield is there to discuss what to do with runners on first and third and only one out. I think the Oilers ought to find some way to drop a bunt down here, and otherwise you got a risk of a double play. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, Ty Thomas is the hitter. He was 182 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs coming into the game, and he recorded 2 errors in the last inning, so he is probably looking to give himself some redemption. Home plate umpire Luis Alvarado.
Very each umpire gives a different length of time for these kind of huddles.
Oh yeah, well he definitely gave him a long time, but he's broken it up now, and Rising is going to stay on the mound. Ty Thomas, so far today, has grounded out to third in his first at-bat and grounded into a fielder's choice, 6-4 his second at-bat. Runners on the corners. Here's the first pitch. Grounder down the left field line into left field. 1 run is in. Ty Thomas on base with an RBI single. Elko goes to second, and we are tied up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Oilers, after having a fly out by Theo Forshea to start the inning, have doubled, singled, and singled.
On 4 pitches, maybe?
I'm thinking so.
That's incredible. And, of course, there is action in the bullpen now, and it looks like number 16 for the Chinooks.
So the Oilers now with 4 hits in the inning, 2 runs across the plate. They have runners at first and second with 1 out. Rising still on the mound now, facing Josiah Chavez, a sinking curveball. I don't have adjectives in my brain queued up to describe how much break is on this curveball that Rising throws sometimes.
Mark Schalmer is in the bullpen warming up for the Chinooks, a right-hander.
So the count is 0-1 on Chavez. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Another curveball right at the first baseman, but he doesn't keep it in his glove. He drops it, but he picks up and steps on the bag, throws across the field as Michael Elko was ranging toward home plate and almost got caught napping.
Well, that was an inning-ending double play, and the bobble by Beck is no error because he got the runner at first, but it advanced everybody to scoring position.
So the Oilers now have men on second and third. Michael Elko, the runner on third, and Ty Thomas, the runner on second. We are tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brett Grupe, the batter for the Oilers, struck out looking and sacrifice bunted his last time up. Looks at a ball in the dirt. So Brett has a chance to play himself the hero here. Absolutely tattooed a Walden Brothers foul ball down the left field just outside the pole. In his last at bat, the 5th inning. There's one. It's lifted, but it's popped up. Shortstop Tommy Rover back on the grass, and he catches it, and that's going to end the inning. But the Oilers battle back. They get 2 runs on 4 hits. There's no errors, and they leave 2 men on base. We are tied up again here at 3, and you're listening to Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140, 96.9 FM, RadioKenai.com, and streaming on YouTube.
Alaska Waste.
You going to use your chair?
Peninsula offering
I'm going to move it out of the way otherwise, but you're going to take care of it. No, you'll take care of the scoreboard
They
now.
offer programs as little as 1
Nice
week.
work, Nick.
Need a for a longer time and want to save money? Ask about Alaska Waste annual programs. Alaska Waste offers residential
You
and
left 2 men
commercial
on base.
service isn't with Alaska Waste and want to see how they can save you money? Call now. Alaska Waste, 907-283-9390.
Alaska Trailer on K Beach has everything you need to haul your ATV this summer. With new inventory coming in all the time. Do you have a project this summer? Get over
4
to
hits
Alaska
and
Trailer
4 pitches.
Sheesh. An Iron Bowl dump trailer.
So Schomer, Mark Schomer is probably going to come on
Or play.
in
Alaska
the next
Trailer
inning.
has what you need. Alaska Trailer is open 6 days a week. Stop in and ask about
You know,
their
we
easy
lost
find
Rada.
program. Walk
Oh.
out today with the trailer. 907-335-4285.
You might have to suit up.
Alaska Trailer.
That's Benny Goodman's goody, and Nick just brought us 2 runs to make up for the 2 runs that the Chinooks scored in the top of the inning. Nice going, Nick. The Oilers, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 men left, and the Chinooks, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left.
In all fairness, I did give up 2 runs in the top of the frame.
2 errors, I think, for the Oilers. And the batters are 8, 9, and 1 for the Chinooks. It's Ty Beck and Braden Broom. The first pitch to Beck is high, checks his swing. The Oilers have Thomas, Elko, Groupie, and Forshee. The infield, third to first, McElpatrick, Costello, and Helfrich. The outfield, left, center, and right. A battery of Silversmith and Chavez. There's a foul ball to the backstop, brought to you by the Walden Brothers at 398-5510 for customized tank tops. Righty on lefty matchup. Silversmith yielding 2 unearned runs in the last inning. We are tied at 3 in the top of 7. Here's the pitch off speed, and it misses.
I think next time I'm doing play-by-play, I will not describe how the runners on base could not be counted as earned if they come in to score, because both of them did.
Here's the pitch, hot grounder, 1 bounce to Groupie. Looks at the ball, don't do that. I mentioned that the other day, didn't I? And it's a 4-3 put out to start the 7th inning. Momentum now to the Oilers after that bright and glistening 6th inning. Here's Braden Broom. He has struck out twice. That's from the right-hand side. Silversmith delivers fly ball center field. It's not going to hang long enough, and it's going to drop in for a hit as Costello could not get there in time. It was a looping fly ball, not a blooper, just a shallow fly that found the way to get in, and it's a 1-out single for Braden Broom.
Yeah, who had been struggling. He struck out looking twice so far, and so battling back he is.
Here's Mike Kelly. He's 2 for 3 and hit into a double play. He singled, scored a run in the first after a stolen base and a fielder's choice, singled in the third, hit into a hard way double play in the 5th. There's the pitch, and a little tap foul down the third base side. Hit it right to the first baseman who stepped on the bag for the out, and they had to tag the runner into second base. 0-2 is the count to Mike Kelly with a runner on first base, and here's the pitch, and it's slashed foul down the third base side. Every base runner is a crisis in the late innings.
Well, especially in a tie ball game. In a team that you're fighting out for the last playoff spot.
1 on, 1 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouls this one off. That's off to the left.
Sun is behind some clouds and also a little bit of haze. We're getting some of that smoke from those wildfires in Canada.
I don't know how they could possibly come this direction. I heard that as well. Here's the stretch in the pitch. It's low and in the dirt. Now we have had smoke from Siberian forest fires in the past. Ball 1, strike 2. On first base is Braden Broom. And the batter is Mike Kelly. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Should be easy for Thomas. He's going to drift into foul territory. He's got it. And it's a P5. And a big out there. As a guy who has 2 hits. And there's 2 dead with Ryan Callahan coming to the plate. Callahan is 1 for 3. He struck out, singled, and was safe on an error and scored a run in the last inning. He's big. He plays left field, batting .262 with 14 RBIs.
Yeah, he's real big. See if I can get a height on him.
There's a throw to first. Look out. He throws it to the fence, and now the player stumbles, but that ball is way down the line. And Silversmith's throw was a pickoff move. He was real serious about it, but he threw it, 10 feet in front of the first baseman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a very bad pickoff throw.
Had it not gone any farther, why Broom stumbled.
Well, honestly, if I'm a third base coach here, I'm having words with Broom after this one because he could have been on third base right now regardless of the stumble. He just jogged to second base.
Here's the pitch, fouled to the screen, and it's strike 1.
That is one of my biggest soapboxes with baseball players is hustle. You've got to hustle.
Man,
so many runs are scored solely on the back of hustle.
I will throw in with you there. 4th error by the Orioles, or 3rd error by the Oilers. The pitch is high, and it's 1-1. Now they have a runner on scoring position at second base with 2 dead and a very dangerous hitter at the plate. Sam Silversmith with the stretch and the pitch. That's a line drive base hit to left field. They're not going to send him home. Yes, they are. The throw is weak, and he scores easily. They're going to try him at second base. That's not going to work. McElpatrick bobbled the ball. I'm not sure if that made any difference, but for a shortstop to make a throw like that indicates something's wrong. And maybe he's in left field for a reason because they want his bat, but they want to give his arm a rest. What did you think about that throw?
Well, I mean, if it's up to me, yeah, the throw was definitely weak. But, I mean, if I'm scoring, that's definitely an E7 because the bobble eliminates that being a close play.
Boy, you saw the bobble.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he played it on a hop.
Well, we'll call it the Oilers' 4th error then.
So that means that Broom reached second on an E1 and scored from third on an E7.
Errors stinging both teams, and now the Chinooks lead 4-3. Here's the next pitch, and the batter is Ryan Leonesio. And consider this, that all 3 runs scored on Silversmith are unearned, and he was his own worst enemy, though.
Oh, yeah.
So a clean single, though, and that'll be their, 8th hit?
8th hit. It's called strike.
Called strike is 1-2 to Ryan Leonesio, the second baseman. He grounded to the pitcher, struck out looking, and was safe on an error and scored a run.
Now that's their 9th hit.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. In the inning, there was 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 man left. And at the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. 3 locations to choose from at the Coffee Express. 2 in Kenai on both ends of town. and 1 in Soldotna at the Y. If you love a great cup of coffee, and you're going to love Coffee Express. They got Red Bull specials, teas, smoothies, and Italian sodas. Coffee Express. We'll be right back. The score is the Chinooks 4, the Oilers 3. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN, KSLD 1140, and streaming live on YouTube.
Did any Oilers walk? Yes, one. Leighton Helfrich.
Straight on the corner weekly in Marydale.
That's
You got to have a new pitcher here. It's got to be Schamer, okay? I want to run the line on Rising.
Here to take advantage of professional pharmacies.
Number
and
16 is
Whoa, boy, look at this guy's delivery.
They also offer
Is it a
convenient
wonky
delivery
one?
routes available.
Oh, watch, he hides the ball behind his back and comes inside on. Watch him.
Delivered to your door monthly.
Oh, wow.
Soldotna Professional Pharmacy.
Looking for a place in Kenai that serves breakfast all day?
Boy,
Good news.
sidearm.
Now opening Kenai, it's the
True
brunch bar
sidearm,
where you
not
can
that
breakfast
submarine
all
sidearm.
day long. Be sure and try their mimosa flights
Can
or
I
one of
reach
their
across to here?
specialties to make your meal anything but ordinary.
Click on
The
him.
brunch bar is open Monday
the
through
mouse?
Thursday until
No, I just need
7
the
p.m.
trackpad,
Friday and
fine.
Saturday until 9 p.m. And they'll have dinner specials
5.4
during those
ERA,
lunch
8.1
dinners
inning,
for
8
your
and a
enjoyment.
third.
The brunch bar is located on Willow Street in Kenai and look forward to serving you.
I'll read it.
Well, the new pitcher is Mark Schamer, S-C-H-O-M-M-E-R. It could be Schomer, could be Schamer. And let's get the line, though, on the job done by Grant Rising.
Yeah, Grant Rising was, he pitched 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, gave up, 7 hits, or 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk.
All right, and let's get a line on Mr. Schamer's pitching record. I'll get that. Let's see here.
Sorry, 4
Schamer
hits.
is a very smart-looking, true sidearmer, right-hander. All right, and Schamer has pitched 8 1/3 innings, given up 5 runs, all of them earned, struck out 4, and walked 8. There's a pop-up to the left side. It's out of play for the leadoff Oiler hitter here, which is going to be William Grimm. All right, that foul ball brought to you by the Walden Brothers at 394-5510. William Grimm is 0 for 2. He was called out and fly to left field. Batting .226, the DH today. The sidearmer delivers something fast, and it's low, and it's 1-1. Ball 1, strike 1. Righty on lefty matchup here. Here's the pitch outside, and the count is 2-1 now. 2-1. Here's the stretch, and the pitch. And it's a fly ball deep center, right center, going way back. They won't get to it. He's got 2. He's going to go for it. No, he's not. Boy, my predictions have been off, but that ball was brought in smartly to the cutoff man, like we saw with the double by Costello. I'm glad they held him at second. But that ball was hit hard right to the power alley.
Was that Broom or Kelly on that throw? Right field or center? Because that throw was a rocket that came in.
Well, an opening double here by the number 9 hitter, and the Oilers are poised to get that run back here in the bottom of the 7th. As McElfactor comes to the plate, he's popped to the catcher. Safe on an error on a drop pop. He shows Bott. It's popped way up. Don't go. It's going over the backstop. And that's the one thing you don't ever want to see. This sidearmer he's got mustard on his pitches. And it's strike 1. So we have a runner on second, nobody out.
If you heard the crowd cheering, I'll explain that in just a second.
Here's the stretch and the pitch showing bunt again. It's a good one. It's on the right. They're going to let it. Oh, and he's dead. It is a fair ball right on the line. You bet. The call was correct. That ball only went about 7 feet along the first base line, and the catcher, Will Hoyt, wisely decided to let it go foul, and this one did not. Wow.
Yeah, that was
a bunt single by McElpatrick, and I got to give credit to Will Hoyt because he did the right thing. But you can't blow them foul, and we've seen that one.
Yeah.
Runners up first and third. There's nobody out, and the corners are in tight. Surprised about that is the pitch, and it's a strike at the knees. With a 4-3 lead in the seventh, I don't think I'd give up a run for a double play. But it's a tough call. Maybe if it was one out, you'd pull him in. Here's the stretch and the pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. It's going to score a run. They'll get their double play, but the Oilers get their run. And that will tie the score. It's no RBI, believe it or not, if you hit into a double play. I don't like that rule.
Now batting.
All right, and that means there's nobody on base right now on a 6-4-3 double dip, but it is a 4-4 score.
Well, they elected to play for the double play instead of to try and stop the run, and they got exactly that.
Here's the pitch to Costello, and it's outside for ball one. You can, spend a lot of time discussing a strategy like that because had they pulled the infield in, that was a base hit. But then again, they might not have called for that pitch. It's hard to say, and it's a strike, and it's 0-2, I think, right now to Costello.
It is.
0-2 the count. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Look out. It was good morning, good afternoon. And no, it's 1-2.
Interesting.
1-2.
I didn't see which one of those was in there.
Well,
for
it was
the
first one, I guess. 1-2 the count. All right, this guy throws heat. Here's the pitch. And it's a fly ball foul down the right field side. He took something off of that one. You could see that, Nick. Mm-hmm. And that's why he yanked it foul. Ball one, strike two. They serve him heat. They better be careful.
Yeah. Nick Costello, a dangerous hitter. No two ways about it, but we have seen him do damage on fastballs.
Ball one, strike two. Here's the pitch. And it's foul to the backstop. Looks to me like Schamer's got a fastball and a changeup. Have you seen anything else?
Nope, just fastball changeup.
Ball one, strike two.
Although it's hard to get a read sometimes on
side armor.
Side armors if they have like a slider because the break is a lot different.
The pitch, off speed, fouls it back and over. I don't think a side armor is going to give you a curveball.
Yeah, well, they'll throw a slider, which kind of has the same effect of a curveball because when you're throwing horizontally like that, a ball breaking away is breaking down.
Sure, but that's a power pitch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, and it's a base hit to center field, and the Oilers are not done yet. And that's going to be the 1-2-3 hit of the inning.
Right fielder.
And it's going to set the table for Mr. Helfrich, who's 2 for 3, a single and a double and a run scored.
He drove in a run.
Somehow I missed that. Helfrich with a chance here to light the lamp for the Oilers. We're in the bottom of 7, and we're tied at 4. Just a seesaw battle. Oilers have never led. Here's an off-speed pitch, and it's a dandy. It comes in on the inside corner for a strike. Oilers have never led. The Chinooks enjoyed a 3-1 lead for a half an inning. Here's the pitch. Another off-speed pitch, and that one was a lollipop.
Yeah, I'm thinking that off-speed is definitely a slider, just looking at the break.
0-2, I believe, is the count. Costello at first. There he goes. There's the pitch. It's called. No! Man, the catcher was heading for the dugout. I don't blame him. But there was no throw, and it's 1-2. Now, Helfrich better just dig in. A single here is really big. Let's see. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he fouls it off. Man, that was a big call by the umpire. I sure thought he had him rung up. Might have been low.
Well, Alvarado's strike zone has been wide on the outside.
Here's the 1-2. Look out! He threw it behind him. Holy cow! Haven't seen that for a while.
Just a bit inside.
No, that was outside.
So far inside that it was outside.
Yeah. Ball 2, strike 2. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And he loops one into right field. It went drop. No, the second baseman had it all the way, Leonesio. Oh, I wish that was going to be a little bit lower on the trajectory, and that will cool the Oilers here on an F4. But in the inning, they got that run back. 1 run, a double, a single, a double play, a single, and a fly out. At the end of 7 complete innings of play, it's the Oilers 4 and the Chinooks 4. This is Oilers Baseball on 96.9 FM, streaming live on YouTube and RadioKenai.com.
I call Sean Parnell with Roto-Rooter. He will come out to your house and address the situation anytime, including weekends and holidays. Have a broken line or need those grease traps cleaned? Call Sean Parnell with Roto-Rooter today. He is reliable, professional, and he knows what he is doing. This summer, support local for all your sewer, drain, and grease trap needs. Roto-Rooter even has a camera to check your sewer lines. Get a hold of Sean Parnell today at 907
Boy, wouldn't that be a pleasant view?
What's that?
A camera to check your sewer lines.
Oh, yeah.
Like to wait, have a zillion things on
I don't want to know what's in there.
The TMB, no problem. AK Express is your on-the-go
I bet he gets
tag
a.
registration
I feel like he'd have to
solution.
have a. All I get is crap on TV jokes. That one.
Before this series is over, we got to get a picture of the two of us here in the booth. I'll get my wife or somebody to do that.
I think my dad may have grabbed one the other day, but I don't think it was.
Both of us.
Both of us, yeah. So that'll be a good one.
We are back in the top of the 8th. The Oilers 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors, and they have stranded, I think, 5. All right, and the Chinooks 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and they've left 5 men on base. These teams are pretty evenly matched right now. On the hill for the Oilers is Sam Silversmith. He's working his 3rd inning of work, and coming to the plate is Austin Young, who was inserted earlier in the game. The first pitch to the right-hander is low for ball 1. Oilers with Thomas, Elko, Groupie, and Forshee. The infield, 3rd to 1st. McElpatrick, Costello, and Helfrich. The outfield, left, center, and right. Here's the pitch. It's high fly ball, center field. Straight away. Should be easy for Costello. And he puts it away. The battery of Silversmith and Chavez. And that's brought to you by the Around the Horn starting lineups. Genoir towing and recovery. When you need a tow, call Genoir 394-6068. Yeah, and don't forget, I don't know what our pitch counts are, but I'm going to presume that here's the first pitch by Silversmith, and it's a ground ball foul brought to you by the Walden Brothers, 394-5510 for customized tank tops. Let's try and get a pitch count in for our starter, which was Ty Correa. He went, just 5 innings?
He threw 75 pitches.
All right. His pitch to strike on the outside corner.
That pitch count brought to you by Everybody Rides Again. Looking for a used vehicle? No credit, bad credit, no problem. All you need is your job and a small down payment. They're located at the Big Corner, K-Beach, and Poppy, and you can reach them at 260-3053.
Pitch is outside. I think the count is 1-2 right now. There is 1 out. Nobody on here. In the top of 8th, we tied at 4. And that's low, and the count goes to 2-2. The batter is Tommy Rover. He doubled with 2 big fat RBIs his last time up. Here's the pitch. And a fly ball. Right field goes right to Helfrich, and an F9 here, and there's 2 dead right away in the 8th. Momentum definitely with the Oilers right now. If they can retire Matheson here. He's 0 for 3. A ground out to short in the 2nd. A whiff in the 4th, and a called out on the 6th. Ryan Matheson, the third baseman, 270 hitter with 1 home run and 17 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. It's fouled off to the right, strike one. Cloudy skies now, and the temperature is 58 degrees. We're due for a lot of rain tomorrow. We're expecting a 1/4 of an inch. I'll check the latest on that. It could affect tomorrow's game for sure. And that's low. Ball. I think the count is 1-1. Not sure. Scoreboard says 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, it was 0-2. They drop it. They have to throw him out at first. And we are out of that one. 2-3 put out on the strikeout. And Sam Silversmith doing the job here for the Oilers. In the inning, 3 up and 3 down. I don't know if that's the first time the Oilers have done that. There's been a couple double plays to give you that effect. And we'll go to the 8th with the score knotted at 4 between the Oilers and the Chinooks. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN and the Alaska Baseball League on 1140.
Are you craving a fiesta that's tastier than a piñata full of tacos? Look no further than Senior Pancho's Mexican Restaurant. Step into their lively canteen and dive into a flavor fiesta that'll make your taste buds dance to salsa. Picture this, you're sitting back sipping a margarita at 11 a.m. It's never too early for a margarita, but hey, they're not just about the drinks. Senior Pancho's is the ultimate sports headquarters. Catch all the action while devouring their famous home run margarita. Proud supporter of Oilers baseball, located on the Sterling Highway in Soldotna. Senior Pancho's Mexican Restaurant, where every bite is a home run and every meal is a party. Olé!
So, have you heard?
Heard what?
About the new flooring store on K Beach? They're called Floors Unlimited.
No, but I do need new flooring in my home.
Yeah, I went in there yesterday, and they helped me so much and were so resourceful with any question that I had. And I even found out they even serve the entire Kenai Peninsula, even as far as Seward and Homer.
Oh, wow.
You'll love their easy-to-shop showroom with carpet and hard surfaces, commercial and residential, plus they even offer service with a smile. It's Floors Unlimited, open Monday through Saturday, located on K Beach, just past KSRM, 907-420-7688.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell as we go to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 4. The Oilers, 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors. Yeah, you heard me right. And 5 men left on base. And the Chinooks, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and they've stranded 5. The Chinooks got 1 in the first, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. The Oilers, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. On the hill right now is Mark Schommer for the Chinooks, facing the leadoff hitter. This is going to be Mike Elko, and he'll take high for ball 1. Elko is 1 for 3, a single. He got as far as third base in the 6th inning, and he has an RBI with a ground out on a fielder's choice. The next pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Lonezio on the grass at second base. And the outfield grass is the pitch to Elko, swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Matheson, Rover, Lonezio, and Beck, the infield third to first for the Chinooks. Callahan, Kelly, and Barome, the outfield left, center, and right, and a battery of Schommer and Wilhoit. Ball 1, strike 2. Here's a fly ball, left field. Might drop. I think it will. And it's a single here for Mike Elko. And that is going to all of a sudden set off bells. All right, the strategy is about to get thick as we are in the bottom of the 8th, and the Oilers have a leadoff hitter on first base, and it's going to bring up Ty Thomas, who has a single and an RBI to his credit already, and that was in the 6th. Thomas, righty on righty matchup, and the stretch and the pitch. Runner's going, and he fouled it off. No, it was a swing and a miss. He's going to come all the way around to third base. I thought it was a foul ball, but that's the deception. It deflected off the catcher's glove, Nick. Yep. I thought it was a foul ball, and instead it's a two-bagger all the way from first to third. There's nobody out for the Oilers, and that's a passed ball.
So I got steal and advancing on a pass ball. How about you?
Oh, that's fine with me. This pitch is a hot shot on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
So the
go
ahead run.
He swung and missed at that. Here's the 0-2 pitch, Ground ball to third baseman. He bobbles. There's a play at the plate. It's up too high. He's safe. Oh, wow. Matheson stopped the ground ball in his chest like he should have. He had time, but his throw is high. It is an RBI, and the Oilers lead for the first time today, 5-4. An RBI and a fielder's choice for Ty Thomas. And there's still nobody out. Wow, the Chinooks. A pass ball, and I can't call that an error. The catcher caught it, but that made the difference, I think, that high throw.
It did. It did. He did a great job of knocking it down. I mean, it hit him right in the chest. That lip around the grass on the infield is lethal.
You think that's what happened, huh? There goes the runner, swing and a miss. They'll throw it to up high. They think they got him. They did. But it's something the Oilers ought to do. Keep the Chinooks working. And Ty Thomas is caught stealing. The throw is high, but in my opinion, there was no question about that call.
No, that was no doubter. He got the tag down, 2-6.
Josiah Chavez, the batter, taps one foul. Picked up by the catcher in foul territory in the right-handed batter's box. So there's one out and nobody on now. But the Oilers lead 5-4, and there's nobody in the bullpen to close here unless they use a position player. Here's the pitch. It's high and tight. So Schamer's a fast sidearm delivery is probably easy to read, especially for left-handed hitters. Here's the pitch. Off speed, it's a fly ball center field. Should be caught there by Kelly, and it is, and there's two dead for the Oilers. Boy, they didn't waste any time. A single, a stolen base, a pass ball, and a fielder's choice. Holy cow. And it's an F8, two dead now, and it's going to bring up Brett Groupie. He's 0 for 2. He has a sacrifice in the fifth inning, and it went to naught, unfortunately. Nobody came around to score on that inning. Here's the pitch to Groupie, and he'll take a slider off speed, and it's strike one.
Yeah, the outside part of the plate is getting a lot of love from Luis Alvarado.
Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knees, and it's 0-2.
I would venture to say that the entire strike zone has gotten just a little bit wider all around as the game has gone on here.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Pops this one up. It's playable by the first baseman in foul territory. That'll do it. In the inning, 1 run, 1 hit, a stolen base, a passed ball, and nobody left. Let's go to the ninth with the score. The Oilers 5 and the Chinooks 4. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140. It's the Alaska Baseball League on RadioKenai.com.
Well, we thought it was summer, but dang, not the best weather for playing in the midnight sun, but it's just right for getting things done. If your family's
Well, we had Ty Thomas yesterday, and he was I could not get Grimm in. You know, I'm tempted to just call Grimm in just to talk about yesterday's game. All right. Silver Smith's going to get the win if we hold.
Yep.
723-1010 or visit Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics.
One of the questions I get asked most
Ty wasn't a
frequently
great interview. It was
I don't
okay,
wanna
though.
I know.
I don't want to go to court. I don't want to have a
Costello would be a good interview.
I don't want to have their business.
He's
be
always
made
good.
public.
He's 3 for 4. I think we have Costello and
a personal injury case or a car accident.
Elko.
You will in court.
I
Most of
agree.
those are set without ever even needing to file a lawsuit. People just need someone to help negotiate.
ask the
with insurance
BA announcer, who is Derek,
them for getting a
to
full
make it.
recovery.
But good luck.
Earhart and Cooley.
Oh, jeez.
Bob Bird and Nick Sorrell. Nick, it's a nail-biter here. The Chinooks have led 1-0. We tied it 1-1. They went up 3-1. We tied it 3-3. They went up 4-3. We made it 4-4. And now we're ahead 5-4. And the pressure's on for our defense and our pitching. Oilers 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors. And the Chinooks 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. And the pitch is low for ball one. The batter is Blake Wilhoit. It's batter 7, 8, and 9 for the Chinooks. Here's the next pitch. Off speed, high and away. Wilhoit is 0 for 2. He flied to left, walked, and struck out looking. The catcher pitch is low and in the dirt. And right away here, it's 3-0.
Well, trying to protect a one-run lead to win a game, top of the ninth. Leadoff walk's not what you want.
It's fouled off to the left, out of play. Brought to you by the Walden Brothers. They specialize in customized clothing. I think that means they might give you a logo that suits your fancy. Give them a call, 394-5510. Ball 3, strike 1. Here's the windup and the pitch inside. And now my count was wrong. It's 2-2. Now it's 3-2. Ball 3. I'm sure glad I had that count wrong. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the first base side.
The outfield defensive positioning is interesting to note here because left fielder McElpatrick is shaded toward the left field line. Center fielder Nick Costello shaded left of second base from where we're at against a left-handed hitter. So big gap in right center.
Here's the pitch. Popped up, out of play, and a tough at-bat here now by Wilhoit. I think take a look at what McElpatrick had early in the game. He had a very shallow pop-up there that he went sliding for and couldn't handle. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's ball 4. Just missed. And the leadoff walk. Dun, 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 dun. That's what I think right now. And the Oilers now going to be in a scrape. Here comes Ty back. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles. 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth. And a ground out to second. Another left-handed batter.
Yeah, that was a ball. No two ways about it. But
it's showing bunt. It's a dandy, but it's going to go foul down the third base line.
But I've not been pleased with the outside part of that strike zone, especially to left-handed hitters. That exact pitch has been called a ball or a strike intermittently.
Okay, I would bring Thomas way up. Maybe you can get the force at second. He shows bunt again. It's dirty on the low on outside part of the plate. And it's 1-1. As soon as he squares, I would have Thomas charge. He's on the grass right now. Here's the stretch and the 1-1 pitch, and it's a bunt, and this one is a little bit too strong, and it's foul down the third base line. And now that's going to get Ty back to swing away.
Yeah, no bunt now.
You never know, I have never seen a 2-strike bunt in 16 years now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. And as Wilhoit had a good at-bat and worked himself into a walk on base, Ty Beck will probably try to do the same thing, righty on lefty, so he gets a good look at that baseball. Here's the stretch by Silversmith. And the pitch. Dirt. Oh, it bounces. They got a chance at second. They throw it on the wrong side. He's off the bag, but the ball came loose yet again. Oh, there was a second chance there. What a play by Groupie. He went horizontal to save that ball from going into center field, and the base runner overslid the bag. He made an attempt. That wasn't Groupie, was it? It was Elko.
Yeah, Elko takes the throw down, but it's to his right, so he has to reach across, and he drops the ball when he turns around to try and get the tag down. But then the runner slides across the bag, so he picks it up, and as he goes to tag him again, he drops it a second time.
Ball 2, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, all right, so now we got 1 out and a runner on second. It's as if he got that sacrifice bunt. Boy, I wish we could have caught him there. Holy cow. Runner at second base, and Braden Broom is the batter. Brooms 1 for 3, a single and a run scored.
That's Sam Silversmith's 6th strikeout.
Here's the pitch. Curveball. Oh, yeah. We haven't seen much of that one, and that one dropped right in. Broom is big, playing right field. Definitely a threat here to tie this game. Silversmith with a runner on second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's fouled over and above the backstop, and the count goes to 0-2. 6 strikeouts, and I can't say that he's overpowering, but he knows how to finesse these hitters.
Yeah, he plays the corners really well, induces a lot of swings and misses.
Swing and a miss! Oh, Silversmith with another big K here. How many innings has he pitched for those 7 strikeouts?
3 2/3.
All right, the last hope for the Chinooks, and they've still got a lot of hope with Mike Kelly, who's 2 for 4. He singled, scored a run, singled in the third, hit into a double play, and popped to the third baseman. The runner on second base. There's 2 outs. The Oilers leading 5-4. Here's the first pitch. It's a strike at the knees.
Fans on their feet here, clapping, cheering the Oilers home. 1 out away.
Righty on lefty matchup. Mike Kelly, dangerous hitter. Here's the stretch. And here's the pitch. It's a ground ball. It goes off the pitcher's glove. There won't be a play. And it's going to put the runner on third base. Going to be a base hit.
Well, they're on the corners now. 2 outs.
So the drama will extend here. An infield hit for Mike Kelly. That'll be the 10th hit for the Chinooks?
10 hits, and now they've got Callahan at the plate, who is 2 for 4.
Yes, and safe on an error and scored a run, so he's had a productive day, been on base 3 out of 4 times. It is huge right now. Absolutely huge. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 9th. The first pitch is fouled back, and it's strike 1. Callahan playing left field. Strike 1 the count. Runners on first and third. 2 outs in the 9th inning. The Oilers leading 5-4. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Oh, that's a strike 2. 0-2. Oilers 1 strike away. Boy, you can't throw anything dirty here with a runner on third. It is just loaded with all kinds of scenarios here.
Yeah, that's a tough one because you got to make sure you keep it up like you're saying, but
here's the 0-2 pitch. Did he go? He did! He called him out from first base to end the game on a check swing. I don't think so. But that's the way this one will end. What an incredible game by Sam Silversmith. I think we better call him up here, along with some of the others we discussed, Nick, as soon as you can. The Oilers winners here in a dramatic way, 5-4 against the Chinooks. And we'll be back with the post-game show brought to you by Peninsula Community Health Services, supporting your health, offering medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral services. All right, we'll be right back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN.
Where's Dr. Cross? No, I'm still right here in Sedona.
Any luck?
I'm still providing the most personalized and highest quality eye care that you have come to expect from me, but in an updated and advanced
give me
location.
a long pause.
Back of the eye. Almost every insurance. Look at me. If you need to come in and have it,
We're calling in Costello.
3119 and schedule today.
Who else? Elko.
Yep.
Negotiating with insurance companies.
And Silversmith.
Insurance companies want to maximize their profits, and that means minimizing a fair and just resolution to you.
Elko, Silversmith, and Costello.
They don't want to pay for the lost work. They don't want to pay for your pain. Insurance. Is there Earhart Elder?
I can't stand New York, but I love this song.
Sinatra, you
Yeah.
gotta love it.
Yeah, I love this. The two songs he does about Chicago, both of them are great.
And now, it's time for the post-game show on ESPN 1140 and 96.9. Brought to you by Peninsula Community Health Services and The Best Shop. With game recaps and on-field interviews, let's return to the field on ESPN.
Bob Berg with Nick Sorrell as the Oilers polish off the Chinooks here in a nail-biter, 5-4. The Oilers 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors, and I'm counting 5 men left on base. The Chinooks 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and they stranded 5. The winning pitcher is Sam Silversmith. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, none of them earned. He gave up only 2 hits, and he whiffed 8. All right, Ty Correa was the starting pitcher. He went 5 innings, gave up an earned run, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. The loser would be Mark Schommer. He went, I believe, 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, both of them earned, 5 hits, as the Oilers did not have trouble figuring out his very, very fast and excellent sidearm fastball and changeup. So, Nick, this puts the Oilers now at 17 and
21.
Well, 21 is a big maybe because we're not sure. I had it 17 and 19. It could be that some of those games were doubled up. I was told that even by the Chinooks play-by-play guy. So that's going to have to be worked out. But I do know they have 17 wins now. And let's get your thoughts on this very seesaw type of game.
Well, there's some bad and there's some good. The good, obviously, the win. The bad, 4 errors. There was a parade of errors there for 2 innings. We had 3 runs that came in while Silversmith was on the mound, and none of them were earned. So, but, then right back to the good. Again, the Oilers showing resiliency and scrappiness. They're working around mistakes like that, and that's what you have to do. When you let yourself down, you got to pick yourself right back up, and we've seen that from them quite a bit, and I think that's what we saw tonight.
Want to get your opinion on that last pitch. I thought for sure he had it checked, and they did appeal to the first base umpire.
Yeah, I was still looking at the end of his bat
okay,
from back here.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what he was looking at. He may have been looking at a steak that he was waiting to eat at home, and he was 1 out away from that. So.
All right, so the Chinooks left runners on first and third, and the final out was brought by Ryan Callahan. Coming in right now is number 12, Mike Elko. I'd like you to interview him.
Sure.
All right, so Mike, congratulations. Sam, you're gonna give you your stats here in just a minute. And here you go, Mike. Take my headset.
Shortstop number 12, Michael Elko, with us here on the interview up in the booth. So, Michael, good game tonight. Went 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Appreciate that.
Looked good in the field as well, but we've come to expect that from you. Just solid play all around.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your approach at the plate tonight? We've watched your average climbing over the last couple weeks, and so in the beginning of the season struggled. The average was down a little bit, but you've really turned it around and it's climbed up as the season's gone on. Tell me, what kind of changes did you make to get there?
So I was a little uncomfortable where my hands were.
Okay.
So I got help from Coach Villa and Coach Jimenez. They helped me figure it out, so I kind of got comfortable with my hands. My approach really stayed the same. I was just kind of starting to get to balls that I wasn't getting to at the beginning of the season, so that kind of helped me change it around for the good so far. So.
Now, are you talking in your stance, your hands higher or lower? So did you raise them or did you lower them?
I was low, so I raised them high, and now I'm just more of in like a hybrid position, keeping them moving so they don't get slow and steady. So keep it more rhythm in my swing. So
yeah, you tend to. That's a great adjustment. So let's look here. You had that RBI in the 4th inning. It was the RBI fielder's choice. So. Do you remember that? Tell me about that. I think it was a ground out to the right side. Were you trying to ground it that way to bring the run in, or?
Yeah, well, the lefty was running in on me, did the last step bat. He got me swinging, he struck me out. But that one, I was just trying to get out in front on something, try to get the run in, and then I beat out the double play. And then my next step bat, though, I was actually able to get it out in front, hit a line drive to right for a single. So
Very cool. So we're going to wrap this up, but I keep telling myself if I get you up here in the booth, I got to ask you, how does the family dynamic work out with you going to Northwestern playing baseball, your dad coaching football for Duke? Has that been great? Had some great conversations over the dinner table with that?
Yeah, so it was funny. Last year, Duke actually played at Northwestern. It was my first week on campus, but I was on the field and all Duke stuff, so I got that one. I had to hear that from my friends. So.
How about that? Well, thanks, Mike.
Yes,
good to
sir.
have you in the booth. We're going to turn it over to Bob here. He's going to talk to Sam Silversmith, our winning pitcher tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
Yep, take care.
Bob Bird and Sam Silversmith. Sam, if you haven't seen your line, it's right over there. 3 innings pitched, 3 runs, none of them earned. Gave up 2 hits, 4 innings. Thank you, Nick, for making that. And 8 strikeouts. Were you surprised when you came up here and I told you you had 8 Ks?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I only thought I had a couple, but I don't know.
All right, so the secret to success is consistency.
Yes.
And no walks.
One walk.
One walk, okay.
One walk, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you remember better
Yeah.
than we missed it. All right,
Yep.
so what did you find out was your get-em-out pitch?
The curveball. It's usually been my put-away pitch since I started pitching, but just locating the curveball and getting it into off the plate and those 2 strike counts worked pretty well for me today.
It didn't bother you when those errors caused runs to come across the plate because you knuckled down and did the job.
Yeah.
So Sam, congratulations! I want to, you got the win here, and it
Really?
was a great job that Ty Correa did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always a great start with him.
But were you surprised that he only went 6 innings? What was his pitch count?
Oh, I'm not sure. I have no clue.
All right.
Wasn't really.
All right, Sam, we're going to hand the mic over to Nick Costello and
Sounds good.
And take it from there. Okay,
Okay.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Sam.
Thank you.
Okay. Nick, welcome back to the booth. You've been up here more than once, but you had a very memorable game and a loss last week. You did about just everything. Take a look at the line. You're 3 for 4. We thought you were in a slump. Not anymore. And looking at that, let's talk. Your big boomer, Nick, was that double. Go ahead, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. When you're kind of struggling a little bit, you just want to find easy ways to get on base. So my first at bat, I kind of got on with a little bunt, just something easy, something they have to make a play on, and then came up for my second at bat, and I don't know what went through my head, but I know the catcher just was talking to his pitcher and said, "Hey, let's get ahead." And so in my mind, that means he's throwing a fastball, and I just got to get on time for it. So luckily, he gave me one over the plate, and I just was able to get it up and through the wind, and gave their center fielder something to run for. So it was cool.
Helfrich did the job for you.
That's true. Yeah, always good, especially when it comes to line array at your face, and all you got to do is run. So always a lot of backup behind me. It's good to get on base for those guys to get their RBIs up.
Yeah, Nick Sorrell here on the mic now with you, Nick. So we have seen you consistently delivering. Last night, 2 for 4. Tonight, 3 for 4. And even your first at bat tonight was just a laser to the shortstop, unfortunately. So just few inches away from a 4 for 4 night. So all season long, we've seen that kind of consistency from you. So I just want to hear from you about kind of your approach at the plate. Like, what do you think has kind of brought you that success, and now what is after tonight going to be a over 350 average?
Yeah, so my approach this summer has just been, make the pitchers throw me pitches. It sounds super simple, but it gets difficult when you start to overcomplicate things, and you try and hit this guy's best pitch, and you try and hunt this one. It's just, I know that every time I go to the plate, they have to throw me something over the plate, and I just have to be ready for that pitch. A lot of times it's a fastball, just because you want to get those easy ones, the straight ones, but I just ready for that one they're going to throw me, and hopefully it works out. Like you said in the first one, like sometimes you just line out and you just got to deal with it. So.
Well, Nick, great job tonight. Hit it where they ain't.
Exactly.
Isn't that as that Yogi
Appreciate you
Berra,
guys.
Bob? So thanks, Nick. Have a great night.
And we're going to presume the Oilers are now at 17-19.
Okay.
And they may be 17-21, but the fact of the matter is I think they've nailed down the final position for the playoffs. I don't think there's a chance for them to host any games here. but we'll just have to see how the chips fly. So the Oilers now winning the first 2 games. Now remember, they won the first 2 games against the Pilots and then dropped 3 in a row. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. You're listening to the Peninsula Community Health Services, supporting your health on the postgame show. They offer medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral health services. Go online at pchsak.org or give them a call at 262-3119. That's 262-3119. All right. The Oilers will be here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock against the Chinooks. God willing, and the creek don't rise, but we are expecting rain tomorrow. Just how heavy it will be. The forecast keeps giving us a little bit of hope. They had predicted a half inch of rain. Now it's just 0.2 of an inch, but it's about a 60 to 65% chance of rain, and it will probably start about noon tomorrow. And it will go on through the afternoon and the night, so we may wind up being in a doubleheader on Saturday, but we'll see. All right. Once again, the final score, the Oilers 5 and the Chinooks 4. For Caleb back at the studio and Nick Sorrell, this is Bob Bird saying thank you for letting my voice be your eyes. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys, later on.
Way to go, Caleb.
To Peninsula Oilers Baseball on ESPN 1140 AM.